So close as well.
Just trying to edge you, bro.
Stop edging.
What a time to hit record.
Sorry, I
Goddamn.
just edge. I can't help it.
I hit record and you
confidence
literally were just like edging.
Edging.
God damn.
Hello? Oh my god.
I forgot to do the thing. I was gonna write like a little catch-up thing.
Jed, how did your session go?
It went fucking sick.
Good.
That is best DM. I'm taking backseat from now on. Fuck that.
Absolutely fucking not. You shut your fucking whore mouth.
Oh my god, Hubban, we should co-host a fucking one-shot. I'll write the story, you write all the fights.
So basically, I caused the trauma that you have to try and fix.
Exactly.
Get too much shit.
I'm actually so down. Not even kidding.
No, that would be so cool.
We get as many people as possible to join it, and we just make them fucking cry.
Oh, I cry.
It'll be amazing.
I'm gonna make it
All right, so Act 1 recap. You guys in the prequel stopped a thing from happening, a ritual that would have allowed a demonic deity to return to the mortal realm. You put a stop to that and rescued Nithrali, a tiefling, a warlock tiefling in a room, a rubber room.
There were no rats, though.
No, there were no rats.
Yeah, no rats.
I was gonna say there was no rat.
Yet. You guys were transported to a field where you chopped head off elf. You kept the head as proof of quest completion and have had it the entire time since. It probably smells by now.
No, I cleaned it.
You cleaned it.
Okay, the skin is probably grey, but yeah.
Skin was already grey, it's fine.
Ah, right.
I can't remember like the actual description I gave him. I don't think I did. He just exists. It's just a head.
He was hot.
He was a sexy boy, a sexy boy. You guys went eastward from that field and found the city of Melistinas, where you were approached by a tiny fella who looked after Vivix while you explored the city. He also sent you to find out more about a mystery engulfing the town. One thing led to another, and you killed a dwarf and stole his pet. Eventually.
Did we?
You did, yeah, you did. A blacksmith dwarf, in fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, you know. It wasn't
Sometimes,
his pet.
you know.
That's bad worded.
It was an accident.
Well, I
He's a
mean,
slave.
technically, you don't actually know the true nature of any of that yet. You haven't delved deeper into the story.
He was a slave. Wait.
You'll get a chance, though, don't worry.
He was a slave.
He was a slave.
Bonk said.
100 Years a Slave. New movie coming out. Excited. It's just bonk. Just making weapons. After all that, you discovered the mystery of this city was lined around a insane fucking barber who had lost his wife and child when the child was very young. He went a bit nuts, his business went to shit, and you killed him for fun. After he was, kidnapping city folk and giving them incredible haircuts, but ultimately sapping their intelligence and their very sense of self, leaving them as nothing but fabulous-looking husks of their former grubby selves. Upon defeating the elf, you broke the curse on said kidnappees, and they all are now just very merrily living their lives. Well done.
Yippee.
Your first heroic act was killing a guy.
We're heroes.
You are heroes. Melistinas actually named their fountain after you. Damon and Ryder actually named their new product after you.
What is it?
And Damon promised... What do you mean, what is it? They promised a bit of revenue when you give a bit of time and return to the city, if you so intend to do. The product in question was a potion that Ryder concocted with Damon's help that would reduce the size of any large creature to roughly the size of a household hamster.
What did they name it?
Maverick.
Oh, boo. Should've
Yeah.
called it Grug.
Shit name, right?
Should've called it Grug.
Grug. Right, upon witnessing all this, you were approached by an elderly fellow. Oh wait, I skipped a step. Upon returning to the tavern, Grug specifically, took Vanwa to the barbershop where her memories flooded back and she remembered exactly who she was, the daughter of the barber who you murderized in cold blood. She led you back to the tavern/brothel, owned by one Merida, race
What do you mean it was a
formerly
brothel?
assumed human, now race unknown. I'm waiting for Kinky to say something.
Something.
Perfect.
What do you mean brothel? Grug's confused.
Grug doesn't need to know what a brothel is yet. When you're older, I was going to say bigger. Upon
Okay.
return to the tavern, Vanwa and Merida engaged in combat, which obviously, spurred the party to stand behind her and do their bit, help her out. The patrons of the bar also stood and joined combat against you guys, where Drow found the scissors, once snipped above the patrons, would completely possess them. Which is kind of odd. Almost like a puppet.
That's crazy.
Ultimately, this did not help you at first, because every time Drow took control over one of the patrons, it would die. And I have character completely that was fully unintentional. It was just really bad rolls.
That's just really funny.
The timing was horrible. One of them was on like 4 HP, and you were like, haha, mine. And then it died because it got hit with an opportunity attack. Same exact thing happened to the next one. And then the one after that, I'm pretty sure, was just a regular guy. Like, he wasn't even a warrior, but he did everything he could for you. Upon finishing the fight, Merida was coated in a thick, dark green cocoon that ultimately soaked into the floor, or appeared to go downwards anyway. And she completely disappeared without a trace. The tavern then revealing its true nature, the illusion falling, and it appearing to you in its true form. Just a derelict, beaten up building. Probably hasn't actually been a tavern for about 100 years. Upon leaving Stinky Tavern, you were approached by an elderly, eccentric fellow named Fizban, who gave you a ship and sent you on your way. Grug took the helm, and without even touching the capstan or the wheel or anything at all, the ship just did as he said, or at least it would appear to have. Which leads us to the high seas. Aboard the ship, the party scattered around the ship, just doing their daily things, just vibing, having a good old time. Dravothy and Lawsuit probably exchanging words of screechy noise and all that jazz.
Shouting at the time.
Yeah, just trying to train it just by yelling at it. Also, Lawsuit is male. And what was it? There was something I had planned for that. Rudy is able to speak with Lawsuit to portray any message that Lawsuit has for Dravothy. So I imagine Rudy is there with Drow trying to train this raptor.
Yeah, you are the
Grug trained it. Grug scared it.
Grug was like, set.
Yeah, actually. You intimidated the raptor into behaving slightly. It is still in the cage. You have not released it yet. The cage is situated just off to the side of a large pen at the rear of the ship that Vivix is currently resting in. Without any prior knowledge to Vivix, Fizban's ship that he has given you seems to perfectly fit Vivix's needs and wants. All the food that she prefers,
Ooh.
the bedding itself, everything is perfect taste. It's almost suspicious that this ship fulfills everyone's every needs. But ultimately, you guys are having the time of your life. Grug is probably still at the helm of the ship, just yelling at it. Emrys is likely tending to Vivix, just, enjoying a bit of peace after the crazy few days you've all had. Nithrali has gone under the deck and is looking around, sort of investigating the place. And as Act 2 starts, Nithrali is coming up from below deck with news of a map engraved in a stone table.
Yes.
You guys now can do whatever you like aboard the ship.
Would we have had a rest in this time?
You will have been long rested since Act 1, yes.
Beautiful.
As this ship is more or less home. You are fully just full fed, you've got all the water and ale you could possibly ask for. Everything you want seems to just be found in a random place on the ship whenever you need it. Almost like the ship is personally feeding you these things you desire.
Ooh.
So we just say it out loud, it just appears. Like, damn, I wish I had a massive chunk of animal meat right now.
Wish I had a bear right now.
I wish I had a bear. I wish I had a wolf right now.
Does a bear appear? Does
No,
a bear meet?
a bear does not appear.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
Right, so what would the party like to do?
I suppose Emrys. So
This is the most peaceful. Sorry, but this is the most peaceful start to any session we've had. It's just like you're chilling, you're vibing, everything's good. Whereas before it's been like you're about to go and fucking kill someone. I just wanted to appreciate that moment. But so Nithrali has relayed info off this map to you that they found on the stone table. So are you going to proceed and see what this map entails? What areas might be on it? Or
what is it? What is it?
Or are you going to do something else?
How grown it is.
You're not speaking to anyone, you're just yelling.
This is what
Emrys will go
doing.
down.
I'm still up behind the wheel. I can't see this map, so I want someone to relay it to me.
Yeah, Nithrali has relayed this to Rudy, Drow, and Emrys. And it's just letting Grug play with the ship, essentially, like a child with a toy.
If he won't come down, I'll just Emrys will stand at the top of the stairs so they can yell to him and he'll yell it back to Grug.
Yeah, okay.
We'll relay
Nithrali has come back up to the deck, mind.
Okay. Then yeah, Emrys will come on over.
Also, as Nithrali is Celeste's character, I'm not going to voice or anything like that. I'm not going to get in personal exchanges with them. They're just going to relay info.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So Emrys is tempting Grug down into the deck, right?
Nope.
To go below
Grug
deck.
is staying there.
Grug, come on.
No.
It sails, Grug. It sails itself. You don't need to hold down.
It doesn't.
You've been holding
Grug
it
is
for 5 days.
You actually
Grug.
don't know that it's sailing itself. You've just assumed that Grug has actually taken control of the ship. Yeah.
He's a really good sailor.
He's such a good sailor, he doesn't even need to touch the ship.
Bonk, go slap him.
Bonk is definitely going to do that if you want to.
I will throw Bonk overboard if he touches me.
Wait, no. I'm going to say Bonk, go slap him in Orcish.
Okay.
So he has no idea it's coming.
Where is Bonk?
He would be on my shoulder currently like a parrot, like a pirate's parrot.
Okay, so Bonk is just gonna black, and he's gonna like drop down, run over to Emery, and just slap him on the calf because that's all he can reach.
Jesus Christ! He's gonna gingerly kick away like, Bonk, get away! What are you doing?
Bang bang!
Control your parrot, Grug. Jesus.
Did he make contact with Bonk?
No. It was like when you try to shoot something away.
Yeah, just like shooing him away, just
So
waving the hands, Did not harm Bonk. No.
I wouldn't boot Bonk off the boat. Don't worry.
I don't want our first bit of combat to be you two against each other.
Fucking thunder punch him off the ship.
Just punt the little imp.
Yeah, he's making his way over to Nefrali.
Okay, so Nithrali is headed back down below deck to show you to this map. Dre, are you going to follow, or are you and Rudy still tempting tempting Lawsuit to behave?
I'd be very concerned if I had to leave my new best friend.
Your baby,
But
yeah.
I think, yeah, my baby. But Dro's gonna kind of like step over slightly, but like in between them and Lawsuit,
Mm-hmm.
and just keep looking back over the shoulder.
So you're kind of just like walking towards the below deck stairs, but still
Yeah.
sort of like flashing looks at Lawsuit.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't leave my baby go.
Roll animal handling.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. I have a plus.
Yes, that's it.
I got a 15.
Wonderful. Lawsuit seeing that even though you're like getting on with what he knows you need to do, is still going to appreciate that your thoughts are with Lawsuit, making sure that it like is safe and, you know, looked after. And it's actually going to I'm doing this on a scoring system.
Mhm.
You get +1 point to friendship with Lawsuit.
Oh, how?
I'll explain how that all works when you need to know, but for
How
now,
many do
all
I
you
have
know
to-
is you have a point.
Oh, okay. That's it. Okay.
Base is 0, you've just got your first.
Warlock.
Yep.
1 point of friendship. There we go.
Friendship.
So Nithrali leads anyone who is going down towards this large rectangular stone table. It almost looks like a crypt. And the four corners of it are sort of dragon claw-esque in shape and design. Everything around this ship, by the way, is very draconic looking. It is very ancient as well. Everything is like a dark brown to black. It almost looks like it has been burned throughout for style, though. There's no damage to the ship that you can see. It all looks, you know, perfect, essentially.
Mm.
Upon inspection of stone table with map, you see 3 very easy to read points on this map. There's no landscape for you to look at, but there's sort of just words here and there that show you where specific places are. And on there, behind you, with the ship actually located in the center, you see Melistinas written in perfect bold. Somewhere to the direction the ship is facing, you see Fairwater. And then somewhere off in the distance, you see Grendiel, which anyone who has forgotten is where the prequel took place.
I do remember that.
Wonderful.
Mm.
And it appears that the map is sort of glowing slightly, like a thin blue silvery light emanating from any crack within the lettering, and all that. You get a sense that there's something a bit mystical about this table.
Uh,
Look at
maybe,
Arcana.
You can make an Arcana check, yeah.
I was gonna say we could also use the spell, you know, check for magic. If anyone
You
has
can do,
that.
yeah, you can do that.
True, yeah.
Does anyone have that? I
If you
definitely
want to double up on those, you'll get the most information.
don't. Okay,
I
so
do
I'll
have
do
a
an
detect magic.
Arcana roll as well.
Yeah, I'll do a detect magic.
Okay,
So you're gonna
so
do-
I'll give you the results of that one first, and then you can roll your Arcana checks. Anyone that's down there can do them. And we just take the highest result, and you'll share it amongst yourselves. So once you cast Detect Magic, you are drawn to the entire ship. The entire body of this ship seems to be held together by an unseen force that you don't quite understand. And the
Okay.
table itself seems to be the epicenter of this magic. almost like the ship is alive with this magic.
I believe detect magic shows you what type of magic it is. What type of magic is he holding the ship together?
It would be. This is really hard to explain. Emrys specifically, as you're the one that casted this, you'll understand that it is very similar to the sort of magic that your tribe or family would have used when you were younger.
Right.
That they were granted by their draconic deities.
Very nostalgic feel.
Yeah. You feel a little extra at home and comfortable, but sort of nostalgic, and your mind drifts to your family that you lost when you were young.
Just kind of relaxes on the TV.
Yeah. Right, and if you would like to roll the Arcana checks.
Yeah, I'll roll one.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 3.
You see pretty lights.
I see pretty lights.
Can lawsuit take the help action to get disadvantage?
You're in a cage, bro.
Yeah, lawsuit is not within range to do that.
Lawsuit, the Velociraptor wizard.
The Philosopher Raptor, yeah.
Velociraptor wizard, hell yeah. Just starts casting fireball and shit. Breaks the cage, runs overboard.
Bro, that would be
That
so
would
sick,
be
a fire-breathing raptor. Goddamn.
Dragon's breath. Oh my god. Yeah, my 3 does not help.
No, Nithrali does nothing. She's just kind of stood, like, taking in the sights.
Pretty like,
Still inspecting around the table, the rest of the room, seeing, like, shelves, barrels, and all sorts with potential food and supplies in.
I love supply.
Was anyone else going to make an Arcana check? Or would you like to go off what you've got from Detect Magic? Emrys can still roll an Arcana, by the way, to further understand what's going on.
Okay, he's not great with it, but I'll do one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Okay, so that's enough to tell you that you do 100% remember this type of magic being surrounding you as a child. And you specifically remember reading about where it came from, but some of the details don't quite come back to you. You're still sort of stuck in the familiar feeling of home, and you're very distracted, so you don't quite recollect the information. You just know that if you were to, you know, get a solid reminder, something to like click that memory into place, it would appear for you.
Gotcha.
It's on the tip of your tongue, you know. You literally failed by 2. I just want to include that. It was a 10 check to understand the most about this. Rudy is still there, so you could ask him for a check too.
Hey, roll that dice.
Okay, I'll just get that result for you. Rudy rolled an 11.
Hell yeah, brother.
So Rudy portrays what he remembers about this type of magic to you, and he says it is very relative to his own deity, in fact, who is Marduk, a red-skinned, 4-eyed, 4-eared deity who appears to worshippers of law and positive morale, you know, people who fend for those in need. People with a purpose granted by this deity tend to get blessed with this magic. He says it is most likely being controlled by a deity. So you have a deity on your side. You are being blessed by an actual god, and you are on their mission. That is what you gather from this.
Okay, so we all hear this then.
You all hear this. He tells you all while you fail your checks and stuff.
Girl's gonna be like, alright, it's gotta be a deity to do with dragon stuff then. If Emrys seems to be having a little of a PTSD episode over there.
Rudy is going to ask Emrys what is distracting him, by the way.
Yeah, he'll just relay that there is that nostalgic kind of buzz to it. he can't quite specify where it comes from in his life or at what point he remembers it from. But yeah, it's very almost like a home feel to it. This ship.
Rudy, realizing that he has never actually asked about Emrys's origins in a more personal way, he's going to ask who your family actually were, because he doesn't know. And he's going to ask what sort of gods they worshipped, and he's going to ask about the religious background.
Ooh. I almost feel like he's gonna try to brush away from it just a little bit.
You
If he's not,
do
he's not quite ready.
you do hear in the tone of his voice a genuine quizzical tone, like he is intrigued, almost like he's trying to find a point to something.
Mm.
But ultimately, with you brushing it off and just sort of giving him the cold shoulder, he's gonna give up on it, and he's gonna respect your wishes not to discuss it.
Yeah, it's that very awkward, like looking away, clearly not wanting to talk about it kind of feel.
Rudy is very charismatic. He respects body language, and he can tell that you're uncomfortable, and he just sort of, okay, so back to the map. He's gonna read the map, and he's gonna notice that the 3 places are places you've either been recently or would like to set to. And he's gonna ask the party what they think of that.
What do we think? Can Grug even hear us deciding this?
No, Grug is out of earshot.
Right. Grug's just sailing.
Greg has no idea what's going on down here.
Then yeah, Emrys will turn to Drowsy. I guess just gesture to the table. What do you feel? Where do you feel like going?
Are we supposed to head somewhere? This is out of character.
yeah.
Last time we were supposed to head somewhere. I don't remember where.
Out of
So-
character, we were heading to Fairwater to look.
Yeah.
I was going to say, out of character, little catch up on your goal at the moment. You're essentially, you've got the head of the elf that you could hand in at Grandiel for the reward. But Fizzban ultimately asks you to head to Fairwater as soon as possible.
I say we don't mess around and go straight to Fairwater then.
The head can always wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Grug
know
is
how much
taking-
longer the head can wait, but if that's what you want to do, then that's fine.
Grug is taking good care of it. It's fine. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
Burger's doing
Yeah,
a
he's
great
washing
job.
it in fountains. He's, you know,
Yeah.
he's laying it free dangle on his belt
Giving it fresh air.
after Rudy tied it to him. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are gonna actually have that conversation amongst yourselves, I assume. You're gonna
Yeah,
decide
Emrys
where
is
to go.
definitely drawn to it. Fairwater for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, how are you gonna relay that to Dre?
At first, when they're suggesting where to go, his eyes are definitely locked onto Fairwater, and as the conversation kind of leans more towards it,
Mm-hmm.
he'll become very agreeable with the idea.
Yep. As the party sways towards the idea of going directly to Fairwater, you feel the gravitational pull of the ship as if turning, and the ship speeds off directly in the direction of Fairwater. You see it on the map itself, the word Fairwater getting closer and closer, very slowly.
Emrys loves this ship so I guess
So-
he'll head up top and see how Grug is reacting to this sudden change as well.
Yeah, so as you go up, if Grug had hair, it would be blowing. The ship is moving beyond a speed that you can even comprehend. The water around the ship itself, you see no like singular ripple in the water. It's all just one blur. Like you're moving faster than any comprehensible being can travel. And you notice, as you're traveling that fast, it gets darker and darker, and then it gets lighter and lighter. You get the feeling that you are not traveling that fast, but you are traveling through time itself.
Damn.
Couple days.
So 2 rotations of light pass. And then
Would we have eaten in this time, or like are we just our bodies going through it, or are we okay?
you yourself are moving regular pace for yourself. So you are traveling through this without needing that rest and food and that sort of thing. Like you are to the rest of the world moving so quickly that you are imperceivable.
Did we take a long rest last time?
Yeah,
Remember-
you being so rested and comfortable on the ship would have counted as a long rest.
Yeah, it was just because being was it Squish? Yeah, Squish had to go really early or something.
Yeah. I think 2 people had to leave quite
Yeah,
quickly.
it was me and Squish. We both
Yeah.
had work the next day.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, it did count as a long rest when the ship took off,
Okay, thank you.
as you are being catered for by the ship.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Has my pet eaten?
Yes. Anything the pet
hungry?
needs is being given to it.
Yeah. Oh, but haven't-
Just damn, this 5-star service. Right, so as the light to dark transition slows and the waves around you also begin to appear to be more at a desired time, the distance in front of you, you can see a peak, just a point, like a triangle in the distance. Rudy stepping to the front of the ship is just going to let out one large sigh and say, home. It's been a while. Just to himself, to no one in particular. Anyone within a few feet will hear it. If not,
Wait, what?
never mind. He's
What was
just
that?
he just said home. It's been a while.
Where in relation to the wheel is this? Too far away?
Grug would hear this. Yes.
Rudy, what's wrong?
Nothing, big fella. It's been some time since I came back here. Left a few people upset. A little nervous, not gonna lie, buddy.
Oh, it's okay. Grug protect you.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna go over and give Rudy a hug while still holding on to one hand and onto the wheel.
You do notice that Rudy is actually crying as you hug him.
Come on, get in here. We need the extra hug.
We need reinforcements.
Okay, to everyone else while this is happening, the triangle is getting bigger and bigger and closer, and while it's coming into view, you notice atop this mountain is a pitch black castle. You see nothing else outside of that. It is like the edge of the mountain closest to you. It's almost a flat cliff. And just below, at the bottom of the mountain, you see a small opening, glowing slightly purple. The ship is heading directly for it, and the closer you get, the more you realize this is a dock entry.
Oh, okay.
As the ship passes into this purple tunnel, it rests in a single dock. Very weird is that there is only this one dock. Only one ship can enter at a time. A platform is then put to the side of the ship, and you can see around you there's the purple glow is coming from these torches that are obviously blessed with magic or something of the sort. Maybe even just a different type of phosphorus put in them to get the effect. As you all do know, Fairwater is the entertainment district center of the area you guys are from. The walls of the docks are essentially just cavern. They are just molded rock by the water around them. They nothing seems unnatural about it. It's just a very natural sort of cave system that the dock has been built into. Rudy is going to go to the back of the gathered group and await anyone else to leave before he does.
I think Drow would be very excited to get off the thing, but also it's like, what do I do with lawsuit?
Rudy, still with Speak to Animals, is going to relay that Lawsuit is comfortable on the ship and has everything that he needs.
You go, ship buddy.
But would, very sinisterly, says, would like to investigate.
Ooh, you want to roll investigation?
No, as in, it wants to
Oh.
be out of the cage and it wants to be free to roam the city.
Oh,
Walkie.
And does a really good impression of a
Wow.
cat.
you're a cat now. I think I didn't get a velociraptor. That woman tricked. That is a cat. Just a very large, scaly cat.
Actually, I'm
Actually.
part cat from my mother's side.
I'm half cat and half reptile. That's what you look like.
I went to Ancestry. I went to Ancestry.wizards, and they found 12% cats from my mother's side.
12% cat. So he starts meowing. Okay. Okay. I don't understand.
This is my raptor. He's half cat.
He's good. Round. If I just go to anywhere with my raptor, I can just be like, it's a cat. It just goes round. What are you on about? That's a cat on a leash.
You do not
Okay.
have a leash, by the way.
Yeah, I know I don't. That's what I was gonna look for while I'm here.
Yeah, okay. The ship
So,
does
Drow-
provide. Do you look on the ship for one?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, roll perception.
Roll perception. I have a wait. I should probably roll it on the computer because
It's a natural 20.
disadvantage. Okay. Huh?
Is it dark?
No, it is actually well lit by the torches.
Okay.
What did you get?
Damn.
And you have dark vision anyway.
That's a 10.
10 plus 4, 14.
14. Okay,
Missed
so.
a natural 20 then.
Ooh.
Motherfucker got a nat 20 and then rolled again.
Yeah, it's disadvantage.
Why is it disadvantage?
It's not
It's only
disadvantage.
sensitivity. Oh, right.
It's not light. It's not dark though.
You have dark vision anyway.
But it's bright light, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a disadvantage on perception because of light and being a drow.
Ah,
Use the new
interesting.
one?
Yeah, I'm using the new one, I think.
Yeah.
It's an
This
app.
we do follow more homebrew rules, by the way,
Oh, you
just
have
so
that?
you are aware. I would
You're
consider the fact that you've been out of the Underdark for some time to have affected your vision in that way, but you still have the benefit of dark vision.
Okay, so I don't have disadvantage.
No,
Then it's 24.
We got a
20,
24.
nat 20, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Plus
in that
4.
case, as you're looking around, you realize that you are holding one.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
As if,
Amazing
as
use of a
if,
natural 20.
yes. It's like almost as if your will has been fed by the ship itself. You don't remember ever
strong
picking
enough?
it up, but it feels like you've always known it, like you've always had it.
Like, does it look strong enough for
It's
this big boy?
as you like pull on it to test the tension of it and test the strength of it, you realize that it is very sturdy.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Before I get off the ship, are the bars big enough for me to reach through and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna call Grug over and be like, Grug, can you just stand over here with me? Because the raptor seems to respect you.
Okay. I've just pictured that Grug is pretty much just stood next to Rudy this entire time. in some way
Yeah.
trying to comfort him, he is going to, if possible, pick Rudy up with him as he walks over to the bars.
That's absolutely possible.
Yeah, he's not letting Rudy out of his sight or reach, so he's
So-
gonna pick him up.
Just for effect, currently, Grug with Bonk on his one shoulder is picking Rudy up with the other arm, who has Taciturn the cat on his shoulder too.
Yes.
And you are just walking over to the cage at the back of the ship, which is a
Yeah, I'd be like-
good 10 feet from the boarding area.
Okay, and then I'd be like, "What's up, Drow?"
You know how you scared Lawsuit into behaving very well last time?
Uh-huh.
Can you try do that again so I can put this leash on him? Actually,
Okay.
don't do it yet. But Rudy, I know you're upset. But can you also help?
He's just kind of flopped over, arms down, head lolling. Just sure.
Drow kind of doesn't care. He's upset. It's like, oh, right.
Wow.
Drow's just gonna be like, can you communicate this to him?
Okay. What do you want me to
Um,
say?
Just tell him that I'm gonna put this leash on him, but that means that he can walk around the city with me.
Okay, so in
Like,
perfect
it's-
raptor,
Yeah. Yeah.
Rudy very solemnly says, "Tie a net around your neck. You can go on an adventure with us. Just behave, okay?" And the raptor, very happy and very bouncy, very excited to get out of this cage for the first time in God knows how long,
That makes sense. You
is
gotta behave,
going to bow down her head towards Drow.
Okay, bet. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm gonna put the leash on. Make sure it's secure but not too tight.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously their necks are pretty thin compared to their heads.
It does fit
But-
snugly. It seems to completely encompass the neck without causing any strain. And Lawsuit seems happy enough.
This is so exciting. Okay, Drow's gonna wrap it around the other end around their hand a couple times, just to make sure that
Just to
they're
get a
not gonna
good-
drop the
yeah,
leash,
yeah.
Okay.
So you got a
And
good
then
grip on that?
Yeah, I've got a good grip.
Okay.
It's time to open the cage.
Lawsuit the
Okay.
raptor immediately, as you're saying that, I just really want you to have said that, is gonna just
Yeah.
stand upright, just like
Ah.
puffing the chest out, like, I'm going on an adventure.
I'm going, Richard. Perfect. Okay. Did I get a key or anything for this cage, or does it just open?
It's a latch,
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna open the latch.
a very questionable latch, and you wonder how Lawsuit has not previously escaped.
You know what? Fair enough.
But it's lonely.
Oh, poor baby.
Very lonely, yes.
They're pack animals, so.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
true. He's part of the ship, part of the crew. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna
So you're
make-
just gonna swing this thing open, or you're gonna be a bit more cautious?
I'm gonna swing it open. I've got a good grip
Fully
on it.
wide open? Okay.
Yeah. And we've said behave.
Lawsuit is going to bound out of this cage. Just still intimidated by Grug, still appreciative of the bit of freedom you are giving him.
Mhm.
He is going to, quote unquote, stretch his legs.
Oh, he can do that.
Roll strength, Drow.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's an oh god. Um, that's an 8. Oh no,
That is
never
an
mind,
8.
5.
A 5. Okay, so you have wrapped this lead very tightly around your arm, correct?
Yeah, very tightly.
So as Lawsuit bounds past Grug, Rudy, and Drow, the lead is going to show a lot of tension, and then suddenly it's going to ping, and Drow is sent launching through the air as Lawsuit runs around this ship, just cawing and like cooing at everything, just very excited. There's no malicious intent here, but
Yeah. But
Drow
Drow's
is just
not-
dragged around the ship by this
The
raptor.
zoomies.
I was like, hey, stop it, stop, please.
Can we like try to wrangle the raptor? A little bit?
It does like a firm lap of the ship, dragging Drow the entire way.
Am I gonna get some
And then it's going to stop dead in the center, staring at the boarding plank. And it's just going to look down at Drow and just a big smile on its face.
Hey.
And it's going to calm. And then it's going to sort of wait.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Okay, I can stand up now, right?
You can stand up, yes.
Did I get any splinters? Am I okay? Did I take any damage?
You're okay. The ship catered to this event.
Yeah, it's just a red carpet everywhere that I've gone. Just like red.
No, not quite. Essentially, the wood of the flooring isn't splintered at all. It's perfectly flat and very neat.
Good for a magic ship.
Good for being dragged around a ship. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
By a
good.
raptor.
I'm just gonna reach out and pet Lawsuit on the head. Be like, thank you for the exercise. This
The raptor
city
is
will not
essentially
take
just
your shit.
panting like a dog now, just ready to go on this adventure.
I'm like, this city will not take your shit. Please don't do that again. You will go straight back to your cage if you carry on.
It lets out a big stretch and then just kind of looks down at you with a sad look in its eye.
I'm sorry. I just give it loads of hugs.
Oh god, there's no discipline.
It's going to turn to Rudy and it's just going to let out sort of a huff, and he's going to portray to you that this raptor has been in that cage for longer than it can even remember. And it just feels good to be able to stretch its legs.
Charles like, you know what? I know what it's like to be confined. You're okay. You're fine.
Wonderful. And what is your next step?
I'm gonna make sure that Lawsuit gets off safely.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're gonna start getting off the boarding plank.
Okay, so you're getting off with Lawsuit.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd say that.
I'm getting off with Lawsuit.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that would have been kinky to say something like that. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Emerus is in
Please,
shock.
No, so you're gonna unboard the ship. You're going to head off the plank. Okay. And who is gonna follow?
Does it look like, looking off the ship, that beasts are allowed? Like, is anyone walking around with large kind of work animals or anything like that?
It does not appear there is enough space for Vivix to exit the ship,
Right.
but she is snoozing peacefully, despite the raptor yelling at the top of its voice and getting so excited.
Perfectly. Right. I guess, yeah, he'll just make sure she's fine. She's used to this kind of setup, being left behind a little bit, keeping watch.
Yep.
And then he'll just, follow on suit. Does it look like there's any ships around? Like, is it like a populated kind of
It's
harbor?
a singular narrow dock. You are the only ship.
Right. Guess I'll just follow on, keeping an eye out,
Okie dokie.
seeing what's up.
Greg,
Rug is gonna turn to Rudy and be like, "You ready, buddy?"
you don't need to turn to Rudy. You're still carrying him.
And that's what I mean, like just like turning my head to him, so I'm not. You know,
Okay,
just
Rudy
facing
just
forward.
Rudy just kind of sobs like, sure. Like he's very upset. He doesn't want to be here.
Do you want me to like put a cloak on you?
He's going to let out the first smile he's let out since you left Melistinas. And he's just going to say, I think I'll be all right, buddy. Thank you.
Okay. With him still over his shoulder, Grug's gonna depart the ship as well.
Wonderful. As you all go down this very narrow plank onto the stone cave system floor, you're going to notice there's only one tunnel leading to an exit, and there is a shadowed figure stood in the way, approaching you very slowly.
Grug's gonna turn to the ship and yell, "Ship cannons!"
Oh,
The ship does not have cannons. And even if it did, it would not fire them at the person walking to you.
I didn't say fire. I said just cannons.
Fair enough. So you hear a familiar voice sort of just chuckling as this figure approaches you. And as it comes into the purple light, you know it's no one other than Fizban.
Ship, dragon breath that man.
This is this man's ship.
Don't care, dragon breath him.
Fizban approaches and greets everyone with a warm smile. This very eccentric old monk-like fellow is going to say, "So, you got on with the ship then? Any trouble? Anything go awry? Everything's okay?" And the first thought
Surprisingly smooth.
to cross into your head before you even process what he said is, how did he get here?
Damn right.
He's asked you a question. Would you like to answer?
It was surprisingly smooth. Thank you for the accommodations.
He sort of just smiles and nods. You're welcome.
Might I ask
How
where
are you
got
here?
such a ship?
With Grug asking how he got there, he's just going to smile, look at Grug, give a little chuckle, and he's going to just, I have my ways. This is my ship after all. If
But how did
I
you get here? We
Yeah.
have your ship.
if I have a ship
You
like
have a
this,
ship.
what else do you think I have?
I
He's gonna
don't
leave
know.
it. He's gonna leave it very like open ended. He's not gonna give you a straight answer if you ask this question. He's
Can Grug
very-
go over. How
he's-
how like
Hmm.
how fidgety is he?
What, Fizban?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like
quite
arms crossed
confident
behind his
himself.
back. He's very confident.
Okay. In which case, Grug is gonna like walk over and just kind of like start looking through his cloak to see if he can find like something hidden.
He's searching the map.
He's not wearing a coat. He's wearing a dress.
Oh.
And it does not
it
have
have
pockets.
pockets? Okay, that goes Grug's plan.
None that you can see anyway. So while Grug is looking for pockets to search, Fizban's going to just hold his hand out from behind his back, and there's going to just be a glowing orb floating in front of him, and he's going to hold it up to Grug's face and just wave it around.
Grug's gonna try and catch it like a cat to a laser.
You do indeed catch it, and it is now just in your hand. This
Oh.
glowing orb. There's no feeling from it. It's almost like there's nothing actually there, but you
I wanna
can
lick
move it
it.
around. You're going to lick it?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Can I eat it? Is it too big for me to eat?
You can try.
How big is it though? Like, is it like apple size? Like I could eat it, or is it like
It's
quite
like
a large
a.
orb, like the size of my head?
It's maybe like a ping pong ball. That sort of says.
I'm gonna try and eat it.
Okay. It's it goes in your mouth, but if you swallow, you still see the light come out when you open your mouth.
Guys, look! I'm a flashlight.
Grug, spit it out. What are you doing?
Fizban is just gonna like sort of palm Grug off now. He's gonna address the other party members while Grug is distracted, and he's gonna say, so you made it here fine. That's good. So I can't help but notice the musical one over there, Rudy, was it? Seems a bit upset. I know this is your hometown. Something may have happened that I am totally unaware of. You detect that as a lie.
Oh,
But I did do a bit of digging before you got here, and Pez is 100% here. And he just points out of the tunnel that he has approached you from.
instantly perks up. Yeah.
Is Rudy gonna say anything about this?
Rudy is still just like arms
Over
down,
my
just
shoulder?
yeah, literally over Greg's shoulder. He's just like flopped over, just like sobbing.
He's sobbing. Jesus.
Yep.
I feel like at that scene, Emrys is gonna. He no idea whatsoever how to be an emotional, supportive person, just patting on the back very
Yeah,
gently.
Rudy's
Like, oh,
Rudy's
it's
just
okay.
kind of ignoring anything going on around him. He's just sobbing into Grug's shoulder.
I'm curious how you
Oh,
plan
God.
on doing that, because you've got a picture that Grug is circling this light while it's still fixed in place, pretending to be a lighthouse.
I mean, if you are like turning perfectly on the spot, you are a lighthouse now.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Then I'm walking in a circle perfectly with Grug, patting Rudy on the back.
This is the most typical quad map situation ever. Okay, so Fizban is going to close his hand and the light is going to disappear.
Oh,
My friends, if you would care to follow me.
No.
Okay, well then, for Grug's sake, he's going to hold the light back up in his hand
Oh.
and just sort of walk towards the exit with it. Slowly,
Grug will now follow.
but just out of Grug's reach, always. One hand still firmly behind his back as well. Like, it just hasn't moved. Like, you don't see much, like, physical movement from him, except for when he's...
Can I instruct
in this.
Bonk in Orcish to retrieve it without me having to catch up?
Bonk actually cowers at the idea.
What's wrong, Bonk? In Orcish.
The old man, I know him. Very strong.
Who is he? How strong? Stronger than
Fizban.
Grug?
Yeah,
Don't say that.
stronger than dragon.
I'm stronger than Dragon.
Stronger than devil.
I'm stronger than Devil.
No.
Bonk, do you want me to put you in the sleeping pouch?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put him in the sleeping pouch.
In the sleeping bag. Okay. Wonderful. The bag
Okay.
of sleep. Bonk settles very peacefully into a slumber, and you hear him snore away almost instantly.
Does your kitty want to go in, Rudy?
I don't know.
Kitty, you want to go in? I'm gonna open it up and just sort of like offer it to the kitty.
The cat is just going to stand on top of your head and just like look towards the exit.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Wait, can I instruct the kitty to try and do it
No.
in a sequence
cat.
of meows
Taciturn will not listen to you.
on my head?
Yep. You're essentially a brick wall to this cat with legs, you know? So Fizban leads everyone to the exit if they are willing to go.
Yep, Emrys will jog on up to the front, trying to get next to Fizburn, walk alongside him.
Mm-hmm.
As you try to go past, I'm gonna be like, "Get the light for me."
You gotta whisper that to Emrys.
Yeah, as he's going past me.
From behind
Okay.
Fizban, you see his ears sort of perk up, and you can tell that he is smiling.
Emrys is giving like the side eye to Grug, but I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
Steal from this man, Grug.
You just grab it and bring it to me. Grug protect you. It's okay.
Fizban lets out a little chuckle and says, "You could try."
Damn, he's onto me.
Emrys just
What do you
opens up like he's
mean?
been scolded.
Grug's gonna push him, but like a bantery push, not trying to be aggressive.
You do not even budge him. And he just...
No, not Fizban. Not Fizban.
Oh, you're gonna...
Amrys.
Okay.
You're gonna
But
push
for
me,
acting
or
like-
you-
For acting like he's being scolded, I'm just gonna push him. But like
Being
again, not
respectful.
aggressively.
The two of you like just about fit in this like tunnel, by the way.
I want to push him back.
Yeah, you both are just pushing each other into the walls, the cavernous walls of this very
Into the
slim
wall.
tunnel. Yeah. As you're making your way down this tunnel, you notice that it's getting drier and drier, and there's sound in the background getting louder and louder as well. The sounds of cheering, merriment, and, you know, people clearly having a good time. There's music playing very upbeat, melodic tunes as well in the background.
think Emrys will inquire, like, will the ship be okay being left alone in such a place?
Fizban is going to assure Emrys that the ship will be fine.
Yeah, I'm the captain. It can't go anywhere without me.
Yeah,
Fizban
you've
is
got a
just going to
point
say,
there.
she's seen much worse places than this.
Does she have a name?
Bahamut's blessing, of course.
Did that break Emrys?
It might have. I heard you stutter then.
That's why I said it, because I heard him go to speak, and then I just heard a, and then nothing.
Yep. Yeah, so the ship,
No, he doesn't say anything.
you all now know is called the Bahamut's Blessing. Do with that information what you will.
Has Emrys cast detect magic on Fizban yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet. I did do an insight, right? And I got like I feel like I knew
You recognized him from
Right,
stories of
yeah.
your childhood, yes. But you didn't know, like, you didn't piece it together.
Yeah, it's like like knowing a celebrity from a TV show, but you can't quite grab the name.
Yeah, it's like seeing literally like a TV show celebrity in person and not quite recognizing where they're from. That was the kind of feeling, yeah. But there was also that sense of like trust and nostalgia because he was written about in books. And that's all you remember. So you must assume that this guy has done something heroic or he stands for good.
Yeah, that's why he's being very respectful, at least trying to be right now.
Yeah. Even though you were going to try and steal his light.
He didn't do it, okay? It's what matters. It's what matters.
Okay. So you could also detect magic on Fizban if you did want to.
I don't think he'll do it right now.
Okay.
He doesn't want to seem like he's prying, being rude.
Mm-hmm. So you're just going to respect that he's leading you and you're going to follow.
Yep.
Such a beta bitch. Okay, Rudy is going to sort of nudge Greg and can I get down now? Feeling a little better.
Okay, you're gonna have to hold my hand now.
He's reluctantly going to agree, and he is going to follow with Grug holding his hand, which then will push either Emrys in front or behind the two of them.
I'm
I'll
gonna
go
push
behind.
Emrys in front. Nope, I'm pushing
you
you
wanna go in
in
front?
front.
Okay, I guess I'm being shoved to the front.
Yep, so as Grug has sort of stopped for a moment to let Rudy down, Emrys has carried on walking, we're going to assume. And if he did try and stop, Grug has shoved him in front towards Fizban, yeah. So
Emrys is
Emrys
giving those eyes, like, you know when your sibling keeps touching you?
Yeah,
It's like, you don't stop touching me, I swear to God. Kind of like,
fuck's sake, stop. I'm going to tell Mom.
Stop it, I swear to God.
Okay.
Grug not feeling any intimidation from Emrys, just does not even acknowledge this.
Yeah, you don't even notice it. Your perception isn't that high. Okay, so you reach the end of the tunnel. And Fizban is going to step out and almost disappear with the blinding light that is then pouring in to this tunnel that you're in. As each of you, one by one, comes out into this new area, you are immediately dazzled by the light and all the colors and the audio atmosphere. You know, there's a lot going on at once to take in. As far as scenery itself goes, to the left you see a winding path with it's lined with buildings, similar set out to the way the marketplace in Melistinas was, where it's just one singular path with everything either side of it. But it is spiraling up what appears to be the mountain that you are at the bottom of, leading up to that black castle. Directly in front of you as you leave, just a small collection of buildings, some sort of like trodden down tents and that sort of thing to the right middle side. But the left middle side is clearly where the luxurious life begins. The very border of why this city is famous is very evident from the get-go. The blues, greens, purples all coming through, lights from building windows and everything looking very, very pretty.
Grug is going to point that way and go, Rudy, should we go that way?
And to the right of you is desolate, disgusting slums. All you can see is poverty. That is the only word that will describe what you can see. That is the most accurate representation. There are beggars in hole-filled, moth-eaten sheets. They lie on the ground scrawny and sort of, battered and bruised. They look like they haven't eaten in days to weeks. Everything is just abysmally a mess. Rudy is going to walk straight ahead of everyone. Look to the right, look to the left.
He's going to be holding Greg's hand, so Greg's going to have to go with him.
That's fine. He's going to slip again. You hear his true voice, and he's going to say, These pesky, these disrespectful, these assholes, and he's going to point to the left side, leave their own people to die every day. And then he's going to look to the right and he's going to say, my people are the true owners of this land, the true natives. And he's going to sort of try and drag his hand away from Grugs now.
Nope. Grug is not going to
let... Okay, we're going to have to make sure this is fair.
Competitive athletic checks as with grappling.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Are you sure you want to do this one?
I did roll a 23, so you have to beat a 23.
On athletics?
No, not athletics. Dexterity, sleight of hand, because he is trying to get out, not from brute force, but just while he's describing these things, he's going to try and sneak his hand out.
Okay, first roll, back 2. It's a fucking nat 20. Let's fucking go!
So as Rudy is sort of like slowly prying Grug's fingers off his wrist, because no way is he holding your hand at this point, Grug is just going to squeeze just hard enough to not give up Rudy's arm. Oh.
Look at this. Look at this. Ah, this nat 20.
Wonderful.
Screenshot it.
Beautiful.
I've
got it on video now, yeah. Beautiful.
The only way I could beat you.
So not only have you held onto Rudy's arm, but he is just giving up at this point. He's like, okay, the big guy's got me. It's all over. I go where he goes, that sort of thing. He is going to turn to Grug, though, and he's going to say, can we do a little compromise, friend? Can we just head that way? And he points to the slums. There's someone I need to see.
You going to try and run away again?
No. Is no one going to point out that his voice has changed, by the way?
I was going to say, are we catching this? Or because they're at the back, right?
You can hear this, yeah. It'll be a bit fainter with, the sheer volume of the music and everything around, but you will notice there is a difference in his voice.
After hearing all this and seeing the... Oh, sorry, Greg.
No, Greg is just going to be like, we can go that way, but are you okay?
I will be, big fella, I will be.
Have you got a cold?
Not quite.
You sound sick.
No. Just home is all.
Okay, that's enough for me. Let's go.
Okay, Emrys, did you want to check him on this?
Yeah, I was going to say, Emrys would respectfully dismiss himself from the front
Rudy
and
is
walk on
trying to
back.
escape Grug's grasp.
What was that?
Sorry, Panda's back, so I'm recapping everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. And he'll just walk on down after dismissing himself.
Mm-hmm.
Is everything okay over here, Grug? Why are you hurting, Rudy? What's going on? What's with the voice?
Grog was asked a question first, so I'll let Grog answer, and then Rudy will answer Emrys.
I don't know. I'm going this way with Rudy.
Why are you holding him so tight?
He tried to run away.
Rudy is also meant to be the leader here, by the way. This is hilarious.
Is this true, Rudy? What's wrong?
I just need to go see someone. And then he's
Do you
gonna
mind if I
sort of look into your eyes directly, and he's gonna say, "And the voice, I know. Sorry, I've not been totally honest with you all." And then he's gonna slip back into the previous voice that you know as him. This isn't who I am.
Oh, you're not sick.
The people, and he's gonna like gesture to the left. The people to the left, I was very jealous of. And then he's gonna slip back into his normal accent. But my people, we deserved more. So I infiltrated. I learned how to be like them, so I could have my voice heard. And he just stops.
Being from like a
Nope, go on.
being from like a mercenary background that traveled around, would Emrys know any like history about this place and what he's talking about?
Nope.
Nothing really
All
rings or anything.
outside knowledge of Fairwater is centered around the entertainment district. So you probably wouldn't have even known there was a slum area.
Only heard about the nice part.
Exactly, yeah. Propaganda, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gather that Rudy, in his younger days, may have, quote unquote, infiltrated the high-end area, the bit that you would have heard about. There's going to be a natural curiosity as to where he actually came from, what encompasses being from the slums, because Emrys, you would not have ever seen a slum area in your life. This just looks like a battlefield to you. You have no idea what's going on. Basically, to the left, you've got familiar civilization, and to the right, you've got war.
Does it even look hospitable? Is it like this slums and then there's whatever this is that we're seeing right now?
The closest thing you can compare it to is your time with the mercenaries.
More like tents and makeshift shelters then. And stuff like that.
Yeah, very downtrodden.
I guess you'd feel a sort of relatable. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you would definitely relate because you would have lived in that circumstance for a small amount of time, but it was only due to the fact that you were traveling with mercenaries. There was no like homestead for them.
Yeah.
So this is still quite alien to you, the fact that people settle down and then don't build on what they have.
Then why did you leave, Rudy?
In due time, my friend. In due time.
Right.
No, if we don't mind, he's going to address the whole party with this. There's someone I need to see before I can do anything else. It won't take long, I promise. I just need to head to the other side of that area. And he's going to point to the slums.
Okay. Who?
Rudy.
No, no. No. I said, who are you meeting?
Rudy is just going to sort of bow his head and, you'll see. I would like to approach them alone if that's okay, but I understand if anyone wants to keep an eye on me.
Sure, you don't need backup. You can bring lawsuit with you.
The scary dog for
Very well
Lawsuit
behaved
is
now.
still panting like a dog, just looking around like, ooh, all of the pretty colors and lights. And is this an adventure?
Have they tried like snapping at anybody yet, or are they like being well behaved?
No, they're being quite well behaved. They've reeled in, they're reined in by this leash.
Oh.
Fizban is the only other one in proximity of Lawsuit, and Lawsuit will not snap at Fizban. They seem to have this unspoken respect. Almost
Oh, it's Fizban.
almost like fear. Fizban is between you guys, Rudy and Grug.
Was he reacting to this? I guess it was forking off the path to go with Rudy.
He's just sort of stood merrily, just smiling away, hands behind his back again, just looking around at the sights. You get the impression that maybe he just didn't hear you, or maybe he is just allowing this to happen.
Right. There's definitely a level of hesitation in, because he really, even the fact of hearing that Pev is still alive is enough for him to just. But Rudy,
Yeah, like you want to get on with the quest, but you also respect that Rudy has this thing he needs to do.
yeah, and he
Greg is-
feels that relatable. Just yeah.
Okay. So
Greg is gonna speak
seeing,
up,
oh, go on.
and Greg's gonna be like, "I'm coming with you. You're not leaving me."
So that's to Rudy, yeah.
That's directly to Rudy.
Rudy is just gonna smile and, well, if anyone's gonna have my back, it's you. Thank you.
Always.
Just sharing a smile between friends now. Fizban, while this is happening, is going to see that Emrys is unsure of his next move, and he is going to sort of approach Emrys in particular, put a hand on his shoulder. You know, it's okay. If anything, this may do you a favor. And he's going to sort of look towards the slums and say, last known whereabouts of your old friend Pez were right in the center of that.
Thank you. That is beneficial. Thank you.
It's almost like this story was written.
We gaze off into the invisible camera.
Breaking the fourth wall too. Amazing. Right, so everyone roll perception.
On it.
Perception.
17.
Okay.
10.
Okie dokie.
13.
13. Okay, so all of you pass. As this conversation sort of trails off and you all have decided to wander with Rudy to wherever it is he's going on the other side of the slums, you start to look in the direction of your venture forth, and you notice there are banners in the slums amidst the tents and a singular building. The building's somehow still standing. It's very beaten up, and you can tell that it's been there a long time, and maybe the people of the slums can't quite afford to perform the upkeep on it. But these banners in particular stand out to you because they are a mix of like a black and red on a leather tapestry. And on this red section of the banner are 4 yellow eyes, and then to the sides, 4 yellow ears. And you instantly recognize it as M, the one that Peth was said to be looking for.
These are like tapestries of the deity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does Rudy have any kind of visible reaction to this?
Rudy's not looking yet.
Right.
He's still sort of, glancing at the left side, the high society section, and giving them filthy looks.
Do they look like kind of enforcers or anything like that? The high society.
There's guards like dotted around, but most of them are just joining in with the merriment. You can't see anyone like on high alert necessarily.
Right. Emrys will definitely he's looking around as they walk through, keeping an eye out for anything that's a danger to Rudy or anything that Rudy even reacts to negatively, I suppose.
Yep. So nothing appears to be on high alert at all. No one is giving any negative glances. Rudy seems to be the only one with any spite at all. Everyone else is just enjoying their day.
Right.
So upon seeing the banners and, recognizing this face that was described to you by Fizban earlier in Melis Dinas, what would you like to do with that information?
I spotted what was it? Sorry, that's just writing.
The banners with the described face of M on them. Bearing in mind, these banners are dotted around where Rudy is actually from. He would have grown up on that right side. As you have just discovered from him explaining that he invaded the high society through deception.
And he doesn't seem to be willing to answer any questions right now. Like when I try to ask about...
you can ask. The right question might get the right response.
Right.
But he is definitely seething at the others while he waits for you guys to finish, you know, your conversations and, like, gather back up.
Rudy, who are these people? What was this invasion you mentioned, this stealing of your land?
No invasion as such. Stealing land. I definitely say that's what happened. Why am I going Irish? But no, these I'm going to go back to a default accent for a minute just because I can't get it. I'm trying to piece together some bits myself. These people, and he's going to gesture to the left. They were always here. But as they grew, we didn't. They pushed us aside for their own selfish gain. I just want a share, a rightful share to the land that my people helped build. You do distinctly notice that the slum area is also mostly human. Whereas the elves, dwarves, you know, or the other species tend to be more towards the left side. Very separated.
Does there seem to be any high elves around, or is Rudy sticking out with that detail? Half elves, sorry, not high
You mean
elves.
in the slums?
Yeah, where we are right now.
You only see humans, maybe an occasional dwarf or a halfling.
Does he seem to be shying away from his ears sticking out at all as he walks through here?
No, he seems to be still the charismatic pride person he always has been, but just pure spite in his face.
That's all Emrys wants to ask for now.
Okie dokie. Is everyone ready to venture on? I'll take that as a yes.
Yep.
So Rudy's still holding onto Grug, or being held onto by Grug rather, is going to sort of gesture in the direction of the outer area, the furthest right. If you follow in a straight line from the exit of the dock, there's going to be sort of a field that you can go into, and he's going to just gesture in that direction. Should we move on?
After you, good buddy.
He's just going to look at you holding his arm and be like, can't really go anywhere without you.
You pull, I follow.
Okay. And he's just going to start walking off to that right side, leading you with him into the field area, just on the outskirts of the slums. As if avoiding stepping foot in the slums themselves.
Okay.
As he leads you around the outside of the slums, he is going to, every now and again, peer through cracks in tents and, you know, gaps in between small makeshift homes. And he is just going to sort of look, wait for a second, and then carry on walking around the slum.
Was that he gazed into a tent real quick? Is that what that was?
No, he's looking between them, as if he's looking for, like, looking out for things, like he's very suspiciously trying to like stay undetected, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem to be that he's looking out for a certain type of, like the enforcers we saw back there, or the more guard-looking people, or anyone within the slums, maybe?
You don't see any enforcers at all in the slums. So he's not looking out for danger in that regard. Like, he's not wanted here. You get the idea that maybe he's not welcome for some reason, with the way he's sort of avoiding being detected. If he does see a person, he's sort of, you know, flushing himself against the tent, like wall hugging it almost, and then he's waiting until they've passed, and then he goes again.
What are you looking for, really? Why do you seem so skittish?
In due time, my friend. All I'll tell you now is, I need to go and see this person. He sort of cuts himself off when he says my. And then he just says, I'm not really welcome in my home. And he's gonna sort of keep walking as he says this.
That's very
He'll
funny.
just give him a nod.
Kill that bitch. Dead.
Would you like to go back over the shoulder?
I'm okay, buddy. Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's okay. And he's gonna like keep walking around until eventually, in the distance of this field, you see a very large, almost oak tree. It's the actual species of this tree you don't recognize. Almost very unique in the way it's just alone in the center of this very large field. And on the left corner of this field is a quaint little stick, just sticking out of the ground, with a small mound next to it. And Rudy is going to beeline for that, and he's going to turn to everyone and say, just a moment, please. I need to approach this alone.
Okay.
And he's going to walk over to the mound with the stick coming out. He's going to take his weapons off his belt and his back, and he's going to place them on the ground. And then he's going to just walk up and kneel to this mound. And he says, looking down into this mound, hello, Mum. It's been some time. I've come so far since I spoke to you last. I've learned and experienced so much. I've made new friends with a group like me, misfits amongst the judgmental and fated. He looks up at the party and just smiles, like you feel he's relating to you. He's professing his friendship and camaraderie to his mother's grave about you. He's going to remove his loot from his back. I think I found a way to talk with you truly, too. Let's see. How does this one go again? And he starts playing a soft, sorrowful tune. And as he does, a dim blue-green light is going to sort of emanate from the strings in his hands, flowing almost like water, like a calm flow of magic energy down into the grave. For those who haven't figured it out, he is casting Speak with Dead. Mother, are you there? There's no reply. He drops the loot to his knees, sobbing. The tears coming from his cheek gather and just drop, reflecting the moonlight. And he just looks down. So it was my fault. And he just goes quiet.
So sad.
Greg is going to walk over now,
He
kneel down beside Rudy, and just give him a hug,
just
letting him cry.
bursts out crying while embracing this hug from Grug.
Okay.
Emrys is still staying back, but
Sort of giving him the
He's
space and
appreciating.
respecting that he's got this moment. Yeah.
yeah, Yeah, his hand is definitely clenched. Like this is bringing something back about his past that he hates as well.
Yep. You, at seeing and working out what's going on here, Emrys will feel sort of connected in a way to Rudy's grief, as you both have lost parents. To matters out of your own control is all you can piece together from this.
He's got that knot in his heart as he watches this.
Rudy gives himself a few seconds, little moment to sort of clear himself up, wipe the tears from his face. He looks up at Greg and says, thank you. If it's okay with all of you, I'd like to stay a while. You go about and look for Peth. And he looks at Emrys, gives him a smile and says, not everyone is lost. Find your friend. And he's gonna just start putting his bag down, start sort of setting up camp just a few feet away from this grave.
Do you want Lawsuit? He's good companion.
I mean, that would be okay. At least one of these spells is letting me talk to things that don't usually talk would come in useful, right?
Yeah, you can talk about everything together.
He's gonna pull just a chunk of wood, like a spike of wood, out of his bag, and he's gonna slam it into the ground near his bed for all that he's just put out, and he's gonna take the lead from Drawathy and he's gonna tie it around that spike.
Be careful with my baby.
I will. No more harm will come to anyone by me today.
Drow's just gonna hesitantly just pat him on the shoulder. Doesn't really know what to do.
Sort of bows his head. Thank you all for being my friends and accepting me for who I am. Even with some of the truth coming out, I will explain more in time, but I just need a moment. And he's sort of just assuring everyone that, he has the utmost respect for them and he loves them as his friends. Even Emrys.
He offers a nod.
What would you guys like to do?
Greg is going to go over.
Sorry, go on.
Greg is going to go over to this grave, kneel down, bow his head, and just do sort of a respectful. I don't know this person, but I can see it means a lot to Rudy.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna do sort of like a tribute to it.
Okay.
Bowing his head, saying sort of a small prayer, and then get back up and join the party.
Rudy is going to give the all too familiar nod of approval to Greg. Thank you, my friend. And he's just going to sit next to the grave and just talking. You can't see who he's talking to. He's just, words are coming out. You can't quite pick up what they are. Almost like they're another language.
Is he speaking to my baby?
No.
Even the raptor's confused then.
But the raptor has sort of just sat down, resting there, and sort of paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, my baby.
Yeah, so I will guarantee that they are both in safe hands. This is not a Melistin-esque kidnap scene.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If I came back, I would probably leave forever. Good luck on their own adventure.
Yeah, Drawathy and Lawsuit take on the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everything is fine. Rudy just essentially when he ventured off, what you do know from what he would have told you is he needed to learn about the world and learn about the magic and find his place in it. So you assume that what he was actually doing was trying to find a way to contact his mother, maybe hearing that Speak with Dead was a thing that existed. But you also know he is very cautious about the slums themselves, so maybe there's more to it than that. But yeah, it's down to you guys now. Rudy is currently out of the party, so is Lawsuit.
I would say we go find Peth, whoever we wanted to find.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find a potion shop.
You're not going to find one in the slums.
In the slums.
I don't want to be in the
Slum
slums.
shamans here?
No slum shamans.
Yeah.
They're not making their own home.
Yeah, the only potions you'll find in the slums are made of mud. Maybe a bit of ash here and there, you know. Mud wizard. Yeah, earth elemental vibes. But no, the info you have on the slums at the moment is these banners that you have perceived. Fizzban did point out that Peth was last known to be in the slums.
Right.
And you have noticed that there is one actual solid like building among the tents.
Emrys is shitting bricks right now.
I
There's
can
so many
imagine.
emotions going. He doesn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Can he see that building from here?
The building is visible from all sides of the slums. The slums are not actually that big. There's a very small, like, sort of locked in just section of tents. There's maybe about 80 feet to this area.
Yeah.
Just in a circular, like, diameter.
And is he getting that vibe of this is probably where he is, where Peth is?
You are definitely filled with a sense of anxiety and excitement.
Yep. His legs don't even want to move right now, kind of anxiety.
So what would the party as a whole like to do now?
I'm gonna go up to. What did we leave the place? Sorry.
You're still sort of by the grave, but just out of earshot of Rudy.
Okay,
So you're like between there and the slum border.
Okay, I'm gonna run back over to Lawsuit and be like, "You got everything you need? You okay? You all set?"
Lawsuit is gonna bow its head and just sort of like nuzzle into the hand you reach out, or like anything like that you do. It's gonna show that it's happy. It's, you know, it's fine.
Good. I will be back very soon. I promise. Make a rapture noise.
Rudy, also noticing this, is gonna look up at Drow and just say, "She says thank you, by the way, for rescuing her."
Thank you for communicating with me. I know I use you for it a lot, but it means a ton. We wouldn't be where we are without you.
It's my honor, friend.
Friend. I was fucking sobbing.
Every time the word friend is said, Emrys is definitely like...
Yeah. It's because
that word
Emrys has
is
never
not
had
used
friends.
lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't even know if it's still true or if it's just the moment speaking.
As you were.
I guess if there's nothing else left to do, we'll probably start heading over. At least looking back to see what everyone else is willing to do. If Grug is looking for a mud wizard.
So, in Quad Maverick history so far, the only potions you guys have come across would have been of healing, or the one actually named Maverick that Damon showed you.
I love Maverick.
So, outside of your origin, you would have no idea of like what different variations there are. Because most of you come from very secluded backgrounds. It's kind of odd. I think, Drow, you're the only one that doesn't. So you would know pretty much everything about the world. You know, the regular sort of common intellect, that sort of thing.
I mean, Grog would know a fair bit. He essentially was a mercenary. Just not realizing he was.
Yeah,
didn't realize he was.
The funny thing is, basically, Grug and Emrys, that part of your lives are very similar. You were both with like traveling mercenaries who essentially used you without you realizing until one day you broke out of it.
I was just always existed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically a
Ages
backstory. Spoiler.
Do we at least get the vibe of potions that they're more rare in this world, maybe, or they just uncommon?
No, you just haven't really come across them yet. I think Dre's the only one that would have when you went to that store in Melistinas.
Yay.
Everyone else, you've only ever been given, as far as you can tell, drinks that make you feel better.
Do we even have any gold to buy potions? We're all broke.
I think each of you technically would have started with like 10 gold.
Right, yeah.
Who would have said anything about buying?
True, you do have Dre. You might not need to buy things.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
But also, I have set you up to come into money with obviously the handing in the head of the elf. When you do eventually do that, you'll get paid for that quest. And it'll be more than you initially thought it would, because it's a double thing. There was more to it than you were given, so you essentially are getting paid for 2 quests at once.
Guys, don't worry about money. I'm pretty loaded right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've got 515 gold.
What the hell? Where did you find that?
Have you guys tried just asking the ship for help?
Yeah, just go and ask the ship for some money. Why not?
Oh my god, you're right.
You guys remember when a while ago, I was like, hey, I did this thing, and then I got money, and then no one asked for a share.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, the dwarf's money.
Yeah,
I assumed you took it like quietly. So
Drow has that sack of money. Yeah, all you guys took from it were a few gems to feed Bunk with.
Huh.
Yeah, I just took the money. I mean, yeah, Drow would be telling them this, by the way. He's like, yeah, just, if you need anything, just let me know.
It's just like, we've had this the whole time.
You're like, what?
I think
We've been scrounging and shit.
Based on like wisdom and intelligence.
3 days.
Based on wisdom and intelligence, Grug is just going to be like, oh, Drow has the money for everyone. Amazing. Like, essentially seeing you as the bank. And Emrys is going to be a little bit more like suspicious, like, I'm hoarding all the money. Maybe I'll keep an eye on our funds, you know?
Drow's not letting anyone touch them, though.
Oh my god.
And Drow does not give a singular shit.
Drow does not give a singular shit.
Okay, so in front of you, while you're having this conversation, you can see the same banners facing in every direction. They are dotted outside every single tent. And the building in the center has the banners much larger and sprawled down the sides of the building. They all look very tattered, like they, again, with the tavern, there's just no income for upkeep or anything like that. It's a very poor, very downtrodden area, so everything's just a bit of a mess.
Does it look like an attempt at making a temple, kind of?
No, it actually, quite the controversial view here, but it's almost the opposite of a temple. It looks like it could be the slums version of a tavern. There are people sipping from very muggy looking wooden cups, you know, like those pint ones with the handles on the side. They're very much like that, but you can't imagine it's the best ale in the world with the state of this place.
Right. I guess to motivate the others, he'll turn and say, anyone fancy a drink?
Grug does not drink alcohol, so...
Yeah, Grug doesn't drink alcohol, so he just kind of looks at you, just like, no.
We can get you a milk.
Give it here.
Get you a milk. Do you see any animals around you at all? Is there milk to drink?
He looks at the raptor.
Amazing. That's a male raptor.
He doesn't know that. He's not going to milk the raptor.
Good. Right, so you guys, you guys are heading in that general direction anyway to get back to the actual Fairwater area, if that's where you were going to go. There's really not much else you can do. You can either turn around and stare at Rudy, or you can head straight. All around you outside of that are just barren, empty fields.
I feel like knowing simply because the last time they left him, he went missing again. Every time he looks back, like every 10 seconds, you know.
Yeah.
Is
Just
he
that
still there?
paranoid, like
Okay, he's
still there. No feathers.
Yeah.
Still there.
It's like leaving a kid at a playground. It's like I'm trying to do something. Is he
Yeah.
still there? Okay.
Just imagine you like turn him around, and like every time you turn around, there's a bit missing of him, and every now and again, when you turn around, Lawsuit's just smiling with like a face full of like bones sticking out and stuff.
Oh my god! Yeah.
But no, that's definitely not happening. Don't worry.
Okay. Did we at least tell him where we're going? I think we just walked away.
He knows that you are looking specifically for Peth, and he is also aware that Fizzban pointed out that Peth was in the slums. So he knows if he wants to find you, he's gonna have to go to the slums.
Right. Then yeah, Emrys is just making his way there. Shitting bricks right now.
Oh, wonderful. As you get closer and closer, you hear slightly more merriment than the rest of the very eerily quiet slums, just people coughing, that sort of thing. It almost sounds like there's an actual party going on inside, and you can see there's like brightly lit torches. You know, it actually, from the outside, the inside looks like it's going to be a lot nicer to be in. There are people sort of coming in and out of it. You know, it's busy traffic for this doorway, but you could easily get in.
Greg just going to go inside.
Yep.
Yeah, squeeze our way through.
Okay, as you walk in, the crowd is sort of, you know, bustling, and you can't really see past a few rows of people, but everyone is sort of like getting their drinks from the bar, going and sitting down, almost as if all of them ordered at the same time. It's very odd to you, that specifically. And as these people sort of roll off to the sides to take their seats, there is one lone person stood at the bar, back facing you, talking to the male bartender who is human. And they are wearing magnificent armor. There is...
Do they have a helmet on?
They do indeed.
Oh, I'm punk over there.
Boom, helmet. Hold up, my notes are being consumed by the screen. Let me just... So, this person is stood very good posture. Like, you can tell they're very stoic in nature. They look almost proud. Even from the back, you can see that they have a lot of self-worth. The armor itself is a sort of gold and red mix. There's like patterns throughout, very similar to the markings that Emrys would have remembered from his childhood. On the back of this set of armor is a halberd of similar design, but not the same, also to Emrys's. And on the side, on the right side, is a greatsword with a dragon claw coming out of the top of the hilt. And the person is just talking with the person in front of them.
Emrys just has that 1,000-year stare right now.
I can tell you already know exactly who it is. It's very obvious.
Oh, Jesus.
Does Grug recognize any of the similarities?
The markings you specifically will relate to Emrys. And the halberd looking so similar but not exactly the same, you will piece together that they maybe come from similar smiths. Like maybe they were made at the same place but for a different family, or, you know, there's different specific qualities about them that differentiate them.
Okay.
So Grug will definitely see a similarity between this armored being and Emrys.
Okay. Greg is going to poke Emery, who's having the 1,000-yard stare, and just be like, Emery, he looks like you. Is that who we're looking for?
Hearing Grug say Emery, this person is going to turn slowly and sort of meet eyes with Grug originally and sort of look confused for a moment.
Hello, I'm going to wave.
He's going to, greetings. Greetings, warrior. And then he's going to shift his gaze to Emrys, and his eyes are going to light up. Wide-eyed, his jaw drops, but only for a moment. You look familiar. He's sort of waiting for you to introduce yourself.
Poke.
It looks like words want to come out, but none can be found right now as that stare is just digging into this Dragonborn.
You know, he's gonna like just note that you haven't said anything, and he's just gonna like carry the conversation himself. Okay, it's rare seeing ones like us around, and you do notice that it is a Dragonborn. The front of his snout and his face is very visible. The helmet is only covering the top, back, and sides of his head. And as he's saying this, he's going to take the helmet off to very visually confirm that this is exactly who Emrys thinks it is.
So the words "pef" just slowly creep out.
So you just gotta like.
It's not even like it's not even
like it's
like
not even a full
saying
thing
it to him. He's like saying
Yeah.
it to himself, like
like
"pef."
Do I know you?
Also a question at the same time, though.
You do look familiar. What tribe do you hail from, brother?
Oh god, me realizing I never actually named my tribe. Oh Jesus.
Get on with it, boy. Wait, it would be your last name.
Oh right, yeah, the Ixon clan.
Mm-hmm.
Just very, very weakly, just Ixon.
Yep. Ixon. You.
It's Emrys.
My old friend. Emrys? Return to me? You made it out?
Nodding and crying right now.
It's just like, you made it out? It's like two war veterans
you
meeting after
survive?
years. This is crazy.
I thought you were dead for so long, Pef.
No, I managed to get out. I was trapped under rubble and found days later. I barely survived. How did you get out?
Same story. I was picked up by a mercenary band of. I thought I just gave up. I never went back. I thought everyone was gone.
Me too, until I found the other.
The other?
Yes.
Who else got out, Pef?
She'll be here soon. I'll show you. She's in the same line of work as me. We travel together.
There is so much I want to say to you right now, yet. Oh.
Anyway, yeah, enough of that. Come, have a drink. And he's gonna gesture the whole party to join them.
Where's your wings?
He's gonna just sort of point at Greg. So, barbarian.
It's a long story.
We know Emery is a late bloomer. Are you a late bloomer too?
I can assure you I'm not. And he's just gonna
So
like
where's
puff
your
out his
wings?
chest. Dragonborn don't have wings, my friend. Not for a very long time.
See you dragon, so you're a late bloomer. Where's your wings?
Have you ever tried educating this one? Looking back at Emrys.
It doesn't go through. Just yeah.
But does he have a tail?
He do got a tail though.
We do have tails.
Oh my god, he's not a real Dragonborn. He's lying.
Yeah. Emrys and Ped's tribes come from a sort of off branch of the regular D&D 5e Dragonborns, so they are slightly different in characteristic. But
I
yes,
feel like he
they
looks
have
like
tails.
Emrys he's like a better Emrys in every way, like from posture to
basically
armor.
just a bigger, stronger version of you with slightly different coloration. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
He's like the
he's
one
you,
who
but
thrived.
more.
Yeah, he thrived after it, whereas Emrys dragged himself through the rest of his life.
Yeah. But no, he's just merrily like ordering drinks for you guys and sort of handing them out to you. As anyone who does take a drink of this, it is the worst shit you've ever drank. It is like mud with a hint of ethanol.
I think Emrys even cares right now.
Yeah, you're just merrily drinking away just for something to do with your hands while you stare at Pez. Yeah.
What have you been doing, Pef? You look good.
You
Really
too,
good.
my friend. You too.
Well,
I've been traveling the lands on search for allies, actually. What brings you here? This is a very strange spin. I've frequented this area for a while, but I was sent back here by a friend. I need to look for M. You've seen the banners, right?
I have, yes.
Yes. It's actually the deity of this village. Fairwater Village, the slums, as they call them elsewhere. Marduk, the draconic humanoid deity, is here somewhere. And I need to hire him to fight your uncle.
Oh, God, the mention of that fucking hell.
Now is your chance to name your uncle, by the way. I don't know.
Can I get back to you with that?
Of course, yeah. We could just say your uncle for now. That's fine.
Yeah, Emrys does just call him uncle anyway. I don't think he has named him yet.
So, seeing as you two were so close and you were almost more like brothers than friends or anything, he does call you brother. He does call your parents mum and dad, all that sort of thing. He will refer to your family as his family because he feels that bond.
Yeah.
Or at least would have had that fresh bond back then. It has been some time and some things will have changed.
Absolutely. I feel like by now I've also introduced Drowafi and Grug.
Yeah, he's gonna like shake their hands going around and like.
How does he react to me?
What, Pets?
Oh, yeah, because of the orcs, right? Does he still have the same?
Emry hated me. It took a while for us to bond.
So, Peth is instantly going to see that you are not a full-blood orc. And it's a specific tribe that he is sworn to destroy.
Yeah, Emry.
Does Peth seem more educated than... Because, you know, Emry kind of has that, like...
Yeah, Emrys was raised by mercs, essentially. So, yeah, he is gonna have had a lot more of a sort of wholesome upbringing outside of the event that happened. And he is going to fill you in on that. He is going to tell you, when he was found, it was by a monastery of monks who took him in and raised him from a young age after all that happened, and ultimately gave him the choice to either join the monastery as a monk or to fulfill his own personal destiny. And he is going to also explain that he was visited one night by the deity Hor, who blessed him with his paladin abilities. And he took his oath there and then, and has been hunting down the tribe of orcs and your uncle ever since.
Then Emry will also relay this, so that he's in a very similar situation of these are his allies. He knew he couldn't, there's no way he could do this alone, so he found this group. And he's been traveling with them since. He'll also mention that Fizban, so he put him on the trail.
So you're going to mention Fizban by name, yeah?
Yeah, because he did tell me his name, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know Fizban's name, of course, yeah.
He's here, and that he is the one that put me on his trail in the first place.
Well, it looks like it's more than fate bringing us together. And he's going to sort of like chuckle to himself. Fizban is an interesting one, that's for sure. He's the one that sent me here.
Where do you know him from? He mentioned you like you were a close friend.
I used to work for him. He came to me as just like a fisherman, and we started a courier service together in Melistinas, this place just over the sea. Yeah, he sent me here one day saying that in order to fulfill the destiny I've been chasing, I need to find M, who I've come to discover is Marduk, the deity of this land.
And you're saying a deity is here on...
Marduk himself, little known, is actually just a representation. He's a form. He's not a being. But he does come here in that form. He will be here soon, within the next few days, I imagine. I've just been waiting for him and enjoying my time with the locals who I grew to love over my time here.
Speaking of, what is going on here? What is with this contrast of living? You know anything about this?
Yeah. The slums are fortified in the, how do you put this, discomfort with the with the other section of the city, as you've probably seen. And I'm sure you've heard all about the entertainment district of Fairwater. The whole world knows about that.
It's all I knew of it. I never even knew there was a slums.
Me too. I was so surprised when I found it. I couldn't help but come and see how they live their daily lives, and I wanted naturally to help if I could. So today, for example, I just bought the entire tavern around.
You must be pretty well off to do something like that, man.
Oh, I live modestly, comfortable enough, you know? And he's gonna, like, gesture to a massive sack that is jingling, tied to the left side of his belt.
God. Does Drowthy look at the sack?
Drowthy is just enchanted.
Drowthy is just eyeing up this sack. Yeah. Amazing. Also, while all this happens, the bartender has finished serving their last customer. Everyone is happy with the drinks that Peth just ordered everyone. And the male bartender is going to walk directly up to Drowthy. Excuse me there. Friend, I couldn't help but notice a bit of a rumor going around.
About?
You guys arrived with a bard, correct?
Yeah. What about it?
Someone we all know. Someone from here.
Yeah.
I can't help but notice he's not here. Is he close?
Oh, he's currently busy right now, but if you're looking for him, I'll send him by here when he's done.
No, I more just wanted to know if he is here, and he, like, gestures to the vicinity you're actually in.
Oh, well, yeah, he is.
So he's not in the building?
Not in the building, no.
Wonderful. Right. See, I know he went through a bit of a change when he left us for the district. Rumor has it he changed his name. How do you know him as? How do you know Kelwith?
Oh, I mean, Drow's kind of looking around, just like trying to get a general sense of whether he is welcomed here or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no one else is listening to the conversation. They're all just drinking merrily.
Yeah, the way that he's speaking, is it like he's scared of him?
It's like it's almost like he's trying to get information from you, but at the same time, you sort of figure that there's something he wants to tell you, but is deeming whether it's okay to.
Is he speaking in hushed tone?
Yeah, he's very, like, one-on-one conversation, indoor voice, trying to keep it between you.
All right. Yeah. Well, he changed his name to Will, so not far from what it was before, I suppose.
Will.
Yeah.
So there's a new name. Last we heard, he was going by Rudy. Rudavir.
Yeah, well, names change, I suppose.
Aye, you gotta watch out for that one. He's very deceptive.
By what means?
How much do you truly know about him?
Quite a bit. We've seen him cry. I feel like that's a good start.
You've seen him crying?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so maybe he did realize what he did to his mother then.
Yeah, we heard about his mum.
Yeah.
So what do you know about him?
Everything since before he left.
He didn't give us direct things about what happened with his mother.
Well, he disappeared one day. And no one knew where he was until some had sighted him amongst the entertainment district. Rumor has it he went up to the Black Castle at the top of the mountain. And when he came back, he had a curse. And he immediately went back to his mother's tent and they spent some time talking. And he, we figure she was consoling him. It must have been rough for him up there. The next thing we know, half the tents in the slums were burning. And he was running.
Damn, okay. Well, thank you for the information.
Of course, there is more if you would like to hear. There's some things you'll understand why he is so deceitful. It does make some sense, but he's still not welcome here. Not without serving his sentence.
Right, okay.
But you may have noticed that Rudavir, unlike us, and he gestures to everyone who are mostly human, there's something a little different about him. Well, his mother and father were actually both human.
Okay.
And Rudavir was the name his mother gave him after the unfaithful night she spent with a passer-through.
Oh, okay.
An elf.
Oh, he's a bastard.
He is a bastard.
Not in that way, but in the proper way.
In every sense.
In every sense, okay, yeah, okay.
But ultimately, Kelwith was given to him by his human father. And it means a lie or a deceitful moment, a betrayal, if you will. And as you can imagine, it's not very nice to grow up named after circumstances of one's own birth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he went by many names during that time, trying to find the right one for him, but ultimately it set him on a darker path of deceit and thievery, and he's just barely even... He's barely the person he was born as anymore. You all look like lovely people. You know Peth, that's wonderful. He's a great person. He's helped us out many times. Single-handedly fed the entire village for a week once.
The entire village for a week?
Jesus.
He did. Out of his own pocket, too.
That's really nice.
So, I just wanted to entrust this information to you, so you make the right decision, and you keep yourself safe. And he's gonna... a stern look on his face, and then he's gonna say, anyway, I've got customers I must attend to. Thank you for your time, and good luck in whatever adventure awaits you, my friend. And he's just gonna plop off behind the bar and just keep on serving disgusting drinks to people.
I'm gonna kind of call the other two aside.
Yes.
And if they do come over, I know that Maurice might be busy catching up, but
Yeah,
like
I'll tell
Crowd's gonna have a pretty serious look, which is not normal for them.
Yeah.
It's like just waving them both over to like a quiet corner where no one's really sitting, if that's possible.
Yeah, Emrys will excuse himself from Pev for a second, seeing that you clearly want to talk about something.
Heather's actually gonna see that you are like beckoning him over, and he's gonna... It's okay. I've got many friends here that I can catch up with before we get back to this.
No one.
He's just gonna go sit at a nearby table to the side of the bar and just drink with some humans.
Okay.
Just before he leaves.
Oh.
No, just really quickly, just before he leaves, he's just like, it's good to see you.
Okay.
It really is.
You too, brother. He's gonna rest a hand on your shoulder. The weight of his gauntlet pushing down on your shoulder.
Yeah, Eris is really malnourished compared to him. Jesus.
Well, you've been on a ship that literally caters your every need for the past like 3 days.
True, maybe
So,
Eris is.
Yeah, you are like overfed, if anything. You've got everything your hair could have desired, you know. But yeah, he's gonna like give you the nod and right to your friends. We can talk more afterwards if you like.
I would love
And
that.
he's you see the sort of puppy dog sort of excitability in his face, and you hear it in his tone, like he's actually trying to hide how excited he is to finally see you again.
Eris isn't trying to hide it. He just doesn't know how to show it at this point.
Yeah. He's actually using that as an example because Emrys is so like emotionally like detached from everything around him. Like he struggles to portray how he feels. Pedro's just trying to match the energy. He's just like, oh, stoic nature, like gotta stay strong, gotta stay stern and serious. Like he's got this huge mission that he needs to introduce you to, and you know, he's just processing things internally.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately he is gonna like sort of glance up at you every now and again while you're having the conversation with Drow as well, just to make sure you're still around.
That's so.
He's giving me the Nala eyes from Lion King.
He does not want to smash.
Okay, I'll lead on over.
It's a himp, bro. It's a himp, bro.
He's a himbo, yeah.
He's a himbo.
It's a 3-hour session of Path and Emery's just bang.
Yeah.
The date one shot.
If no one's
I'll lead on
session, we know what's happening.
I'll lead on back over to Drowfy then.
Yeah, is Grove coming over?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Drow's gonna reiterate like what the guy said about Rudy, and also tell them I called him Will.
Will.
I was like,
what is Rudy's real name?
Kelwith.
What was it, sorry?
It's Rudivit.
Kelwith. CELWIDD, Welsh phonetic.
And then be like, yeah, I panicked and I didn't know who was going to try and kill him and put his name on a poster. So I was like, hey, his name's Will. Yep, that's the name he goes by right now. Anyways, yeah, they're just gonna reiterate what the guy said about the mom thing and tents burning down.
Okay, so quick recap is basically, as far as you know now, Rudy was cursed by the resident of the Black Castle at the top of the mountain in Fairwater. When he returned back to the slums, the next thing the locals knew was that half the tents were on fire and he was running into the field. His mother died during that fire, and she would have been buried in the field where Rudy currently is. There is a little bit of information I missed out that I will just tell you now, and we can just pretend. Basically, Rudy is to serve a severe sentence for murder if he returns to the slums, and he's not allowed to even serve that sentence or be at the slums until he finds a fix for the curse. But yeah, he was also by the local religious people, which most of the slums are, by the way. They all worship Marduk. He was denied the deity's light, which is something that the slums believe in, but that wasn't explained to you. It's just something you might want to remember. But yep, that's pretty much it. His real name is Kelwith, and his mother cheated on his dad with an elf. And that's how he was born.
Writing my notes there.
Yeah, Rudavia was...
The light? He was denied the light, what?
Rudavia essentially was banished from the slums in every sense. Like, he's closed off from the religion that they all share. It's the deity's light is the way it would be worded.
Okay. I mean, hearing all this, Greg is going to instantly just leave.
Oh.
He's going to walk back to Rudy, but like making sure he's not being followed.
Mm-hmm.
Does Grug look like he leaves with like aggression, kind of stomping out?
No aggression. He's just
Like he just wants to go and tell Rudy everything they've just been told. Is that it?
kind of.
Okay,
One, he
so
wants to make sure that no one has actually found Rudy yet, and then get him out of there.
okay, so are you trying to sneak away? Or you just walk in with intent?
I'm gonna, as I leave the bar, it's gonna look like I'm just leaving normally, and then as soon as I'm sort of out, I'm gonna be pretty much doing exactly what Rudy was doing coming into it, like trying to sneak between the tents, make sure he's not really seen.
Yeah. So, I want you to roll stealth.
Oh fuck! The
Grug is
big
known
guy
for his
needs.
stealth.
Okay. I got a 19. Fucking let's go.
Okay, so not even the rest of the party realize Grug is doing this, but he is sort of like crouching down, making his height the same as everyone else's, like the average height around him, and he's just sort of sidestepping really slowly towards the door. The moment he gets out, unseen, he is going to follow the same route as Rudy did initially by walking straight through tents. Not very stealthily, they are going to tumble to the floor. Anyone outside of the tavern can see and hear you, but they, you're so like strange and massive that they're not going to do anything about it. They just sort of let you pass. One or two may let out a shriek as you walk through their tent and then just be like, oh, and then just, sort of start stacking everything back in place and that sort of thing. And ultimately, you do make it back to Rudy unseen by anyone who will stop you.
Okay, cool. Do you want to play out this, or do you want to go back to the bar with partiers?
Let's play this one out.
Okay. As Grog approaches, he's going to sort of like try to whistle to Rudy. Trying to get his attention without being too loud.
Roll performance.
Jesus Christ, you just love making me roll the shit stuff, don't you?
Oh yeah.
I got a 12.
Okay, so it's a noise comes out of your mouth. It's not quite a whistle, it's more of just a really heavy like blow. But Rudy ultimately does hear this as you are stood 5 feet away from him. Like he could already see you. And
I would like to say I'm still sort of crouched, so I...
Yeah, you're sort of like squatted in front of him, staring at him, just like...
Yeah.
And he's, Greg, you alright, my friend? What's going on?
Kelly, come here.
Kelly?
Rudy, we know.
You do.
And they know you're here. We need to go.
I'm not in the slums. The banishment doesn't apply to this field. I was allowed to visit my mother.
You sure you want to risk it? Because they're looking... They're telling us about you. I don't trust them.
It's okay, big guy. There's nothing they'll do while I'm outside of the slums. We're safe here. It's okay. Then he's sort of like scratching under Lawsuit's chin as he says this. They're just having the time of their lives. They're vibing. And he is sort of sat next to the grave, like directly next to the grave now.
Okay. Grug from squat is just going to go into like a sat down position. Just be like, I don't know. I don't want to leave you.
I'll be okay, friend. I just spending time with my mother and good old Law here.
I already lost you once. I'm not doing this again.
You're not gonna lose me, friend. Don't worry. I know this place like the back of my hand. I can get away with anything here if I wanted to. Trust me.
Well, you thought you were being sneaky coming here and they saw you, so it couldn't have been that good.
But they didn't do anything, did they? Would you like me to roll persuasion to convince Greg that Rudy's okay?
Yes, please. Because Grug at this point is just like he was hesitant bringing you here because of how upset you got.
Okay, it was a 10.
Is it just my passive? What did we say it was? I forgot what we agreed it was.
Basically, because my charisma is my persuasion, I think it was you would go by your base stat.
My base for which?
I can't remember which one we applied it to. It was either int wisdom or charisma, but it was one that was definitely low.
If his charisma is failed, if it's the other two, it's a pass.
Okay.
So it depends what we go it on.
What was it we did before? We've definitely done this before and it made sense.
Yeah, I just genuinely can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since we did it.
Oh, you know what's really stupid?
What?
That's not the right number anyway because I didn't add the modifier.
Oh, okay.
I literally rolled a base 10 and my charisma's high as fuck.
So I probably failed regardless of what it was then.
It's a 19.
Okay, yeah, I failed.
Yeah, so Rudy is going to do this like very nicely, very peacefully. He's just going to like rest his hand on Grug's shoulder. It's just, you know, assure him everything is okay. Lawsuit's going to protect him. And, you know, he's in a safe place with his mother. He's where he needs to be at that moment in time.
Okay.
Grug can still express that he's uncomfortable with the situation, and Rudy is going to respect that. And he's going to promise Grug that he's not going to stay there longer than he needs to.
Okay.
And also the only place for you really to take him is either back to the ship or back to Pez.
It would have been to the ship, because I know he's somewhat safe there, but...
Yeah. Oh, also, side note, Nithrali is still on the ship. Like, chilling with Fizban, just vibing.
And
Vivix. Vivix is there, yeah.
No. And... I forgot her name.
Vanya. Vanwa?
Oh, Vanwa. Yeah. Vanwa is still on the ship as well, yeah. I actually completely forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, we just left her again.
So I did have a little side thing to go on during the recap, which I completely forgot to mention. Vanwa willingly did go with you. It's not that Grug made the ship move too early or anything like that. She simply wanted to see what outside life was like before she returns home. So when you go back to Melis Dinas, that's when she'll depart. And she has ultimately decided she would like to rebrand the barbershop and start anew.
Okay.
Right. So, Grug, what are you going to do now?
I mean, Greg is still going to be uncomfortable, but you passed, so he's going to kind of just be like,
yeah,
okay, if you're sure.
With the trust and reassurance you've got from Rudy, you're ultimately going to begrudgingly, granted, but you are going to trust in him to keep himself safe, using Lawsuit as sort of protection, you know? And you figure that the actual physical state of the people in the slums, they are all very malnourished. Like, they couldn't even win in a fight against Rudy, is what goes through Grug's head, you know?
But I've also seen Peth, who's in the slums, so...
Peth has not expressed any issue with Rudy whatsoever.
No, I just mean, like, he's going to know they're all buffer people.
Yeah, through association, yeah. Peth is the only one, and you know Marduk is there. And you've also just discovered that Rudy does worship Marduk. But he has been denied the deity's light by the townsfolk.
Okay.
Right. Would you like to head back to the tavern, or would you like to wait with Rudy? If you wait with Rudy, you might be waiting a long time.
I'll ask him what he wants me to do. If he wants his peace with his mum, I'll leave. If he's happy for me to wait, I'll wait. Because
ultimately, he is going to say that he would prefer to be left alone, but will accept if you want to stay.
Greg is very respectful. If he wants to be alone with his mum, he'll leave, but he's not comfortable doing so at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, out of character, as the DM, I'm simply going to show you that Rudy will actually be okay.
Oh no, I'm aware of that. I'm
I
just
know,
trying to be
but yeah,
in character
keeping
as
it in
possible,
character.
like,
Yeah, Grug has a lot
Grug
of
is
love for
very
his friends.
protective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you know Grug's backstory. I've explained some of it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moment he thinks there's even a possibility he's going to lose someone,
He's going to act on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not fucking going to let that go.
No, it makes sense.
Especially in
Yeah.
this group.
I just wanted to let you know as well, just in case. Because last time I assured you everything was going to be okay, and Rudy went missing for an entire day. So. But no, you ultimately, I think what would be most in character for Grug is to go back and let the guys know that Rudy is still safe, maybe, or if there's something else Grug wants to do, he can do that.
I mean, it's a bit like the Vanway situation. Grug wants to help Rudy connect to his mother. He knows of the spell, but he hasn't. Obviously, you said he doesn't have any idea of potions or anything, so he doesn't.
Yeah. Like Grug would have an understanding that Speak with Dead is a spell that Rudy can cast. Yeah, and he does also know why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, but he doesn't know if there's a way that he could do it for Rudy for him to communicate.
Yeah.
For Rudy, if like as a.
So Grug is essentially just racking his brains, like, how can I speak to Rudy's dead mum?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
To try and be like a conduit, like a fucking soothsayer or something, and just be like, "Hey, your mum says hi. What do you want to say, Rudy?"
That would actually be hilarious. Grug translating.
So, like, I think Grug would probably, knowing that the slums wouldn't have the answer, probably try and take a wander into the fancy pants parts of town.
Okie dokie. While Grug is making his way back through the slums to get towards there, we're going to go back to the other guys who have just finished having the conversation and haven't noticed that Grug has left. They can only assume he's just gone for a piss or something, and he'll be back soon.
He's always vanishing. Look away and he's gone every time. Oh, then what else would do with that information?
Peth also only rolled a 4 on perception to see if Grug had left or not, so carry on.
Really stealthy,
yeah, he rolled a fucking 19, man. Yeah. I really didn't expect the 19.
Stealth machine. Neither did I. I've got a +1 to stealth, and I was like, oh, well, Grug's just going to get fucking caught instantly trying to sneak out. And then I rolled 19, and I was like, fuck, let's go!
Just to flavor the campaign and like be more canonical, I feel like stealth should be like -9 or something. How have you got that much for stealth? Oh, it's dexterity, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah. I just love the fact that even with a high stealth roll, it was still like, he knocked all the tents down, but everyone's too scared to admit they saw him.
Yeah. Basically, I just had to flavor it to make sense. Yeah, as you were. So, Drow, Amris are still, finishing up this conversation about what they heard about Rudy. Grug has just balled it off.
Yeah.
Very stealthily. And Peth is still sat drinking with these humans. What do you guys want to do?
Probably be like, Grug's gone. Maybe we should go find him.
Okay, so if you roll a perception and it is higher than the 19 Grug left with, you will notice that he's actually disappeared. Otherwise, you just assume that he's doing something nearby.
Perception was that?
Mm-hmm. That is your wisdom with a +2. With a +2? No, that's Rudy's. I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
+4 for me.
Yeah, +1. That's the one.
15, 17, 18, 19. I got a 19.
You matched it. Okay, so you do notice that Grug is missing. It's been maybe a minute. He's currently having the conversation with Rudy, trying to convince him to come back with him. Or to run away somewhere and live happily ever after. Who knows? So, yeah. You are going to notice this. But as you matched his stat, I'm going to say you don't notice anything odd or dangerous about the situation. You just sort of still assuming, he is close enough by. He's a big guy. He's not very fast. He could have not got very far. You can even assume that he's gone to see Rudy after hearing this.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. So are we more inclined to just leave him to it, or
That's up to you.
what do you want to do, Emery's?
Emrys definitely wants to stay with Beth.
Yeah.
Like,
Peth has actually
Right.
insinuated he would like to talk about something very particular with Emrys.
yeah.
He's not going to need anyone else from the party around to have this conversation, so Dre could go off adventuring alone or go find Greg or anything at all. The whole city is available to investigate.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna...
I can't imagine he's gone far if you want to search for him. I am going to stay here, though.
Yep, I'm gonna go look really hard, and then I'm gonna leave and go the opposite way.
Peth is going to notice that you are disappearing one by one. He is going to approach you guys and ask what's going on. Just like, where's your other friend? Like, the Drow is leaving now. Everything okay?
He's probably gone to find some food, so I'm gonna go find food as well.
A great idea.
Or
You
whatever.
can't drink, and he holds up his tankard and this on an empty stomach.
Yeah, you need food. I love food. Yeah. Yummy. And just absolutely
Yummy.
babbling to himself.
As you just walk it away, yeah.
Slowly
Yeah.
slinking away.
Food. I love food. Goodbye, friends. See you later. Food.
I'm not going to stop Jalfie, but can I do like an insight check or something?
What? Are you trying to deceive them, or are you?
No, I'm just trying to see. Like, I'm not.
No,
gonna
I mean,
stop
Drow. Is Drow trying to
Oh,
deceive Peth about like the purpose of why everyone's dipping out?
Not really. They just don't really want to explain.
It's just awkward. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
there would be no check to make. You immediately understand that Drow is just uncomfortable with these kind of situations and just wants to do their own thing.
Food. See you later. Food.
Essentially, you've gathered that this place is more or less safe to be in, even alone. I will guarantee that for you guys. There are no fights waiting around the corner as of yet. This is sort of like a dialogue forward section, and then I think next session is when everything is going to kick the fuck off.
Okay.
I love kicking shit off.
Yes.
Can't wait to kick shit.
Yes, indeed.
There's actually not much left of the planned session as well, so we will be wrapping up soon, I believe.
Okie doke. Sounds good.
So, would we like to follow Drow or the conversation with Peth and Emrys first? I'll let the two of you decide what you're doing.
I think the path conversation would be more interesting than me wandering the streets by myself.
Well, I mean, last time you wandered the streets by yourself, you found 2 nifty daggers.
Yeah.
I love daggers.
It was 2 + 1 daggers, wasn't it?
Yeah. They are my babies. I shine them every day.
Yes. Have you named them yet?
Lefty and righty.
Just for flavor, you hold them in the wrong hands.
Yes, that I was gonna say. They're not. It's not to the hand.
Drow
don't
doesn't
know
know
which
the
one is
difference
which.
between them, right? Amazing. Okay, so conversation with Peth and Emrys then. So Peth is he's already stood with you, and as Drow has left, he's sort of just done the awkward dad thing of like rubbing his stomach and just like doing that dopey smile, and then he's gonna turn to you and just, so, what brought me here is your uncle. It's quite dire, I'm afraid.
I hoped he'd just drop off of the face of the earth.
Well, after what he did to our families, his taste for power grew. And he's amassed himself somewhat of a following among other tribes. And the orcs that and he spits on the floor as he says orcs, that he brought with him are still by his side. And they are multiplying every day. The army grows, and he's like putting his hands out like bigger every time, like the, big fish, little fish thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing that. So, I've got a contact I'm going to meet over this night. You guys, I've already paid for you. You can stay here tonight, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow after I do meet with my confidant.
It's awful kind of you, Puff.
What's that?
It's awful kind of you.
Oh, of course. I haven't seen you in gods know how long. And he's looking up at the sky, just like contemplating everything that has happened and the differences in your lives. And he's gonna, so really quickly, if Fizban sent you, the only possibility is that we should fight together. And he's gonna stretch his hand out as if to shake yours.
I'd love nothing more than that, Puff. Gonna do the predator handshake.
He sort of grabs hold of your hand, puts his other hand on top of it, and says, I can't wait for you to meet my confidant.
I can't wait for you to meet Vivek.
Vivek's alive?
She is. She saved me, in fact, yes.
She was always good.
She's
Your brother did well with her. May his soul rest.
He did. May his soul rest.
Roll perception.
He's gonna stab me.
No.
You didn't see the knife in your back.
Drowfia stabbed me in the back. That's
yeah, left ear is hanging out of your shoulder.
That's a 14.
Okay, so you do notice that whenever he talks about people he is in contact with, unless it's Fizban or the people around you, that he's not including any real details. He's not giving you like names or anything, and he has alluded to the fact that there was another survivor, and he's just not delved into the subject. And you do notice that as he's talking about his confidant and how he can't wait for you to meet them, you do get this feeling of who could it be, you know?
Absolutely. There's that like intrigue, but not wanting to ruin the mood by pushing too far.
You can absolutely ask. Peth is just happy to see you, and he's like overjoyed that you're accepting to join him in fighting your uncle.
He's definitely going to ask who the female one is, because he mentioned she was a survivor, right?
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion, okay. 25.
25, okay. So when I thought you had died, I had to ask this person that also survived, because they said they were with you. They saw you get buried. I can't believe you're alive, by the way. It's incredible. The gods have blessed us with our camaraderie once again, meeting up to bring down the cause of all the onslaught that happened that night. But your sister, she lives, Emrys.
I'm gonna bang Emery's sister.
Fuck's sake.
Where did that come from? Calm down.
Try getting his horn on. Goddamn, you won't fuck Merida, but you'll fuck a dragonborn. Goddamn you.
Drug is a scaly. What can you say?
Oh god. Anyway, what is your reaction to hearing this news?
Oh god, what would be his reaction?
Well, you think about it.
Emotion.
As a clarification, when Emrys was trying to climb aboard Vivix to get out of the onslaught of his family, he was with his sister, correct? And an orc grabbed her and sort of ripped her off into the distance.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So she did definitely survive. She didn't die in front of you. I just have to clean that up, because I know we changed it a little. I just wanted to make sure this is not like a loophole or anything. But yeah, okay, so yeah, she is definitely alive. And Peth has just told you everything that will bring an even bigger light to your day.
Emrys just looks like his world has been rattled right now. He's not even going to respond to that. It's just shock, I guess.
But yeah, seeing this, he is going to like rest his hand on your shoulder. And you didn't know. She went searching for you.
She went back.
She did return to me not long after, and she went looking in the world for you. There was rumors of a band of mercenaries wandering the lands nearby where we lived, and she went looking, but ultimately when she found the mercenaries, they were dead and you were nowhere to be seen.
Has this been the first time that he's learned that his old company have been killed?
Yes.
God, just more revelations. Jesus
There's
Christ.
more and more. Yeah.
He's just having them piled on him right now. Yeah. He's not responding, but his face is like his eyes are darting. He's thinking. He's
yeah.
There's a lot going on in his
That
head
sort of
right now.
sees that this is all like new information for you, and he's just, if you need a moment, just take a seat, have a drink, think about everything.
Yep.
And he's just gonna like push a drink towards you and just pat you on the back, sit you down, like almost guiding you like a puppet.
I feel
And
like
he's
by
just gonna-
now this is like the third alcohol drink he's been given, and he's not touched either.
Yeah,
of
this is
them.
like the second or third you've just been thrown at. Like, but yeah, he is also gonna sit next to you and sort of lean right in and just sort of, are you okay? Like, breathe.
I'm okay. It's a lot to take in, but it really is.
No, I mean, this is the knowledge I've had this whole time. I can't imagine what it's like to hear it for the first time after so long.
How is she? She's been with you this whole time?
Last I saw her was only a month now, I think. She's also working with us. She's off to find other allies.
Who is us?
Everyone Fizban has employed to take on your uncle. There's a little more to add to this. Last big point, I promise. And he's gonna like put his hand on your shoulder again. Just this is the reason I'm here. Me, your sister, Fizban. We're looking for Marduk because he possesses the ability to traverse realms. Your uncle also discovered this ability somehow. We don't know. He's got ties to some evil that has consumed him, and he's marching on Avernus. We need to stop him.
Does Avernus ring a bell to Emrys?
You would have heard about it enough to understand that it is a sector of hell, yes.
You're trying to tell me my uncle is marching on hell stuff?
Yes.
Okay. He's just like his head is down in his hands right now. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole idea of this section was essentially just to show you how big the fucking campaign intends to go, and this is the next big section for you guys to investigate.
I fucking love it.
It's no longer a spoiler. Act 3 is going to be called Into Avernus, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Peth will then sort of say he's going to like give you time to process everything. He's going to fill you in on the fact that the army is large, like it is bigger than any that he's seen, because it's a mix of loyal dragonborns and orcs, all led by your uncle and his deity Tiamat.
And all we have right now is a little squad gathered by Fizz.
Yeah, all you know is this old eccentric monk-looking fella who gave you a ship called Bahamut's Blessing is building his own army of misfits and survivors of the onslaughts of your uncle, and they plan on eventually helping the devils in hell fight against your uncle.
I knew
That
it
is
had
a
something
first.
to do with dragons.
Oh yeah, it all links to dragons. Emrys's entire background is dragon themed.
Dragons.
even the deities themselves are relative to dragons.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
When we do find this Marduk, and let's say he does take us to Avernus, what do? We can't take on an army, Bev.
Well,
even with the devils, right?
With an army of our own, we could. Think about it. My brother, my friend, we've been waiting our entire lives since that event to be given this opportunity to gain enough power to use it for vengeance and good law. I'm taking every chance I can. And he's like holding his hand out as if holding a physical like representation of the power he's talking about.
He does think for a second, because right now he still has that tie with, less of a tie, but more of a feeling with Bahamut right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And considering if Bahamut would even accept fighting alongside devils, and
would you like to mention that to Peth, or would you just internalize it?
He's internalizing it. Yeah, I mean, he does have a crest of Bahamut on an amulet, I believe. So
okay.
It might be but he will take his hand after, even if he does think Bahamut won't accept that Peth means more to him right now.
Mm-hmm.
And avenging the family.
Well, I have good news. You are not breaking your oath by agreeing to do this.
Rare.
In fact, there is more to learn about your two separate oaths and how they actually do kind of intertwine. The more you talk to Pez going forward, the more you'll realize how similar your oaths are.
Right.
But yeah, Pev's reaction upon you accepting this is to literally just take your hand, sort of one single tear dropping down his face, like it's just good to have you back. Let's do this. For mother, father, for your brother. And he's just going to list off pretty much everyone you lost, everyone he lost.
Yeah.
All these people, we will avenge their memories. Their souls will rest easy with the fall of your bastard uncle.
I'm with you, Peth.
And he's going to slam his hands down on the table that you're sat next to, and he's going to stand up and he's going to say, well, I'm glad to hear this. I will be back in the morning. I must go and meet with my confidant. Feel you'd be excited because they come from hell. I'm off to go meet a hellborn tiefling, brother. First time I've... And you can see him sort of like break the stoic like hero act, and he's just nervous and like really excited, like you're kids again. It's like the same attitude you both would have had, and he's just explaining this about going to meet this tiefling. And he's gonna just sort of like excitedly, I'm doing it for them. And then he's gonna just pick you up, literally pick you off the chair, give you a huge hug. Just, I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your night. And he just drops a sack on the table. Any more drinks? They're on me. Take this. And if you choose to inspect the sack, you will realize that it is full of gold coins, probably about 200 gold in there.
Whoa. Peth, really? You don't have to do that. Truly.
No, it's my pleasure. Truly. Now, if you don't mind, I've got some work to do. And he's just gonna start walking out towards the door.
I'll just watch him leave, getting every second of him in my sight that I can.
You're fucking obsessed, man. Oh, damn.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, right. He goes off and he does his thing. So you are currently the only member of the party in the tavern. You're just sort of mulling over everything in your head. This is Emerus's chance to sort of just process all the information he's been given. You know, his sister's alive. Yeah. His uncle is literally trying to march on hell. And you've just been asked to help stop him by raising your own army.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you now know that Rudy's real name is actually Kelwith, and he has lied to everyone the entire time, but ultimately his personality is still him, and all of you feel that tie to him. The adventures you've gone on are all real, you know, you still trust that he is a good person, and you're essentially just giving him that time to like process everything himself, and then let yourself process that too. So Dre, back to you. Where would you like to go?
Charles just gonna be looking for like, you know, see if they can find anyone that like is selling anything, even if it's not great.
Yep. The slums themselves, you notice, are all residential. There are no places to purchase anything except for the tavern itself, and it's that shit beer. If you were to head back towards the entertainment district, you will notice that there is a lot more stores, taverns, and that sort of thing. There's entertainment all over the place. Anything you can think of that would make someone feel merriment is available.
Drugs.
There is, yes, drugs. There is drugs.
Oh my god, I love drugs. Yeah, they're just gonna beeline straight for the entertainment district.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go for another pet shop. No, joking.
Anyone got any female raptors?
Have you any chance got any raptors of any kind, like female variety?
Well, you said you were gonna build a fucking army.
Have a raptor cavalry.
Yes.
Fed me. Pet shop. Pet shop. Is there a pet shop?
There are no pet shops. Most of the stores available would be more like basic residential living or like music stores for like instruments and that sort of thing. There are occasional armories and that sort of thing. There's apothecaries, but there is no pet stores or anything like that. These people would not have pets. They're so self-centered they cannot care for another being.
You know what? I see it. I feel that. But if they met my raptor,
then the raptor would change their mind through intimidation.
Exactly. I'll just like show them the raptor and be like, "Get a pet." They're gonna go to the armory.
Okay, so as you approach the armory, it is very clearly labeled with the sword and shield logos and all that sort of thing, like embellishing tapestries. It's very well done. It looks like it makes a lot of business. It's currently not busy at the time. It's quite late at night. They're getting ready to close, but you appreciate the fact that you've got a little bit of time to play with, and you just head on in, greeted by a high elf at the counter who asks what you're looking for today.
I'm looking for some heavy armor, if possible.
Heavy armor. We've got the heaviest, and he points to like just at the far end where there is literally armor that would fit a Goliath.
You got anything small that's still heavy, like this size, and like they just themselves?
Of course. You're looking more for something personal then, maybe not a gift.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have that many friends.
He sort of takes in your like physique a bit, you know, like how what your build is and all that. And he's like, are you sure you don't want something a bit lighter?
I can handle it. You don't know what I'm capable of. You don't know my story.
He's gonna believe you, but ultimately still sort of chuckle it off and sort of fine, whatever. Like, if it earns me money, who cares? That sort of attitude. And he's gonna lead you to a section of very blessed looking heavy armor sets. They're all like engraved with deity symbols and like things like that. You know, they're dotted around. There's a few plainer ones, but not many that would fit your liking. Maybe they're a bit too small.
Anything a little bit bigger.
He points a little further back, and there's the ones that are like the medium-sized, very thick scale armor, and there's like plated armor. There's an entire arrangement. This is a very large store.
Okay, all right. They're gonna be like, all right, thanks, and then they're just gonna kind of look around for a little bit and kind of find themselves at the shields. Anyone? Shields?
Yeah, he's just gonna point to the next section down and just be like, shields just over the other side.
Okay, cool, thanks. Have they just got common ones? Are they like uncommon, rare kind of stuff?
There's an entire range. From the lowest of the low to the best of the best.
Okay. I'm guessing they just kind of stock anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna until you're targeted. I'm gonna pick up. Have you got the like the armor and stuff up, by the way? So I can like direct you to what I'm looking at.
Yeah, just give me a sec.
Oh, good.
If I go into inventory and manage, I can just look at that.
Honestly, I just went to manage inventory, pressed filter by type, which is armor.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Shield.
Yeah.
Just type in shield, and there's like about 8 of them, I think. 10, I think.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm currently looking at shield +2, which is a blue one. Rare.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna put it and be like, I like this one.
Ah, yes, a modest choice, if I say. You don't detect any like sarcasm or anything. He seems genuinely interested in the fact that you like this particular shield. The shield itself is a very silver, glimmery, sort of very reflective plate at the front, and it's trimmed with like an onyx, dark gray sort of outlining.
Okay. How much would you say?
He thinks for a moment. How does 1,000 gold pieces sound? And he's just got a very sarcastic smile on his face, like he knows you're gonna deny this.
Drell's just gonna give him the worst look of disappointment that they could possibly muster. Just like completely just staring this man down, like, who do you think you are, kind of thing.
Yeah, as you stare at him, he sort of smiles a bit more, less sarcastically, and just says 950. You get the impression that you're gonna have to barter and meet in the middle on this one.
They're gonna carry on staring, just like it gets progressively worse.
Okay, with the increasing intensity, every time you look more sternly and more like attitude goes into it, he's sort of just 900, maybe 850, 700.
You really think this was anywhere near
dropping and dropping until he finally reaches 10.
10?
And he's sort of looking down like, how the fuck did you just do that?
And then they're going to give him the biggest smile and just put 10 in their hand and take the shield.
Wonderful.
They're absolutely brimming with excitement about the shield.
Yeah, just like holding it like a child that's just been given like a new toy.
Like, carrying it in their arms, like skipping away like, look what I did.
Seeing an opportunity to make a little bit more money, he feels like he's been swindled. He is going to point at the armor sets and be like, well, a fixed price for these ones, perhaps. You were looking for heavy armor?
Yeah, it was.
What do you intend on fighting exactly for you to need this? This is heavy duty.
Everything, really. You might judge me by my shorter stature, or the fact that I have pink hair, and then they're just like rubbing their hair in their fingers, and they're like, but none of that really matters when I've taken down pretty strong things in my time
Yes.
by myself. No help needed. They're fully just like gloating about everything, just like, yeah, I've fought like dragons and stuff. I've actually befriended a dragon. Oh, and I have a pet velociraptor. You know what one of those is?
He's sort of just taking all this in and just, okay, so
Couldn't be on for training.
250 per heavy plate.
Per heavy plate? You do make a good deal there.
You do have, what was it, 510?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're absolutely, they're just like, do I want to spend that much?
He sort of crosses his arms. This one is a take it or leave it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I can see that. Let me just have a look at the heavy armor. Give me a sec.
Yep. No matter the effect, as long as it is heavy armor and blue or below, you get it for 250.
Blue or below.
Yeah.
Blue's really good as well. Ooh.
Also, why does no one else in the party go shopping for armor? You're the only one who has upgraded your weaponry and armor since we started.
+1 daggers? Come on, guys.
Technically, me and Emery have upgraded our weapons.
Yeah, technically. When you,
Yeah.
that was in the prequel, and you actually upgraded the feigned weapons and armor. Well, weapons at Yorm's before you fucking killed him.
Oh my god, there's so many blues.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance and stuff.
What if I can drop it to medium armor? Does that swindle your price any further?
Medium, less material, 150.
150. You know what? That's not bad. I'm trying to get one that's not like really. You know, like there's some heavy armors that aren't heavy armors. Because they're not heavy.
It is quite odd.
They're all really weird. I'm just like, what are you doing? What am I? Who are you? Sorry to take so much time. There's just so many.
No, you're good. This is
like pages.
You've essentially covered the entire plan for this session. So this is all rebits. You guys can literally end whenever you want.
Kind of want the Dragon Guard. It's just called Dragon Guard and it's medium armor. Nothing too special about it.
Okie dokie. I'll see if I can find it. If not, you can just send me the stats for it.
It's Dragon Guard without a space in between.
I'm not finding it.
I can just send you a picture of it. Hang on.
Yeah. Just send me the stats. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just so I know what we're working with.
I'm just gonna put it in OOC.
Yeah.
Kind of just because it's a dragon. It's called Dragon Guard, and I want to walk up to Ambrose and be like, look at this. Or I could also go for Elven Chain, which I think would look better on Drow. I feel like the Dragon Guard one will be boxy, and I feel like Drow really wants to look good. You know?
Fashion is key.
Fashion is key, you know? I think I'm going to go with Dragon Guard. Yeah, I'll take Dragon Guard for 150 then.
Wonderful. He holds his hand out, ready to accept the money.
Yeah, they just count it out very carefully.
Yeah, he's sort of double counting it as you hand it to him.
160 altogether, right?
Yes. Perfect.
Cool. There you go.
All right, he takes the money.
Hand everything over.
Yep. Okay. It's the first honest thing you've done.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't think they would have if they had Fucking hell. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I think I'm a tank now.
You're
With the
armored to your
shield-
teeth. Jesus.
No, with the shield and the armor, my fucking armor class is class 21.
Fucking hell.
You're not hitting me ever again.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, please don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Taunted.
challenge accepted, honestly.
No, I'm good. And then the
Red
building
dragonflies.
collapses.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. That's all I really wanted to do. If there's no velociraptors to find, see any velociraptors anywhere? Anyone else walking a velociraptor today?
He sort of just looks puzzled, like, you did say you had one. Honestly, we don't get many animals around here except for the performing ones, and we haven't seen those since the last season.
They're gonna shake them by the shoulders and be like, "Is there a performing velociraptor?"
The different troops pass through. The circus comes through only once a year.
When's the next time that it's here?
3 months from now.
Damn. Okay. They just like, seem really sad. They stopped shaking him, by the way.
Yeah. He brushes his shoulders off, sort of like fixes his outfit, and then walks over back to the desk to put the money in a lockbox.
While they're over there, are there any weapons nearby? Like on that aisle that wouldn't look
On the
weird if
aisle,
Yeah.
it is only defensive armor and shields.
Okay, so there's no weapons in this store kind of thing.
There's weapons in the store, just not in the section you're in. Yeah. You could wander about as he's crouched down, going through the lockbox. He won't see you.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. They're gonna go like over to the weapons, just like making sure that they're not around. See if
Yeah,
there's any more daggers.
no one is within eyeshot of you. You are actually sort of cornered, so the door that is open, no one walking by is going to see you. The cashier is crouched down, counting the money into the lockbox. You can tell, like, it's end of day. He's counting out his earnings for the day. He's ready to go home. But he's sort of just letting you wander about now.
Is there any daggers? I'm gonna guess it's the same thing as
More
last time.
daggers.
I
So it's
think
not.
I am the best at daggers.
It's not aisled like it was before. It's one large room just with racks lined sort of around the walls. And the corner that you specifically were in is where the defensive stuff is, and then sort of the other side towards the door, but that like inner corner is where the swords, daggers, and blades like that would be.
What weapons do you think I'd be able to sneak out of there without drawing a lot of attention? Because I know daggers, definitely, because they're so tiny.
The dice decides.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you going to Lucky Dip, or are you aiming for any particular style? Because I know you said daggers, but is there anything you have in mind you would like to search for?
The shiniest of daggers.
The shiniest.
Anything that Drow knows that they would be able to like carry without, obviously without messing up the dice rolls, but being like too big. You know, if they were going
Yeah, like you would want it to be believable that you could just slip it in a pocket, or yeah, of course, yeah. Let me just double check inventory. I'll get an idea for something.
Yeah, that's fine. Lucky Dip then.
Roll sleight of hand, please.
Yes, sleight of hand. Okay. That is. Jesus, that was so loud. Sorry. 16 plus 3. Oh my god. 16, 17, 18, 19. 19.
19. Okay, so as you sort of look through this section and you're sort of still trying to keep an eye on the high elf putting the money away, you do notice 2 daggers with a green edge to the blade. Immediately being attracted to the flashiness of this, it is a nice like emerald sort of green jade sort of color, almost crystallized. You sort of go to pick them up, and very quietly place them either side of your belt, still on show, but removing the other 2 daggers and putting them in your bag. You've just simply replaced them, and the hilts are so similar that you believe no one is going to notice.
Yeah. Okay.
As you do this, you make your way then towards the door. You're sort of, got the prize, let's get out of here. The elf is going to stand back up and notice something different about you. And he's going to ask, have you done something? And you need to roll persuasion.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay. It's a 14.
Yeah, that is a pass. He believes that you have done nothing. He simply assumes now that you have just been looking around to see if there's anything else you would like to pick up the next day, or just regular window shopping sort of things.
I was just like, what do you mean?
Never mind. I must be tired. It's closing hours. If you don't mind, of course. I do need to close up now.
Oh yeah.
Get back home to my wife.
I'll get out of your hair. But nice shop, nice stuff around here.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you for your business today. Your custom is always welcome here.
Oh, thank you though. Thank you.
And he's going to sort of usher you out the door, locking it behind him, and he's going to head up the mountainside path and get in a door just a few blocks away, just like a few houses away even.
What did I get?
You got 2 daggers of venom.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, equipment. I'm going through it here.
It is a magic weapon.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking cool.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, basically every turn in combat now, while Dry was using these daggers, they get to coat the blade in poison. The poison remains for a minute or until an attack using this weapon hits a creature. The creature must succeed a DC 15 con throw or take 2d10 poison damage and become poisoned for an entire minute. The dagger cannot be used this way again until the next dawn. So once a day you can do that.
Ooh.
And you have 2 of the daggers, so you get 2 a day.
I got all my fucking stuff in my inventory is dagger.
Yes, literally just
Like a
daggers and
bandolier.
heavy armor and a shield.
Yeah, I'm gonna equip my shield and my new armor.
You're like the opposite of a glass cannon.
But we don't need an army with Drowfy, Jesus Christ.
True, yeah. Dry doesn't even know you're literally planning on going to hell.
I'm a one-man army.
And you're ready. Like,
Yeah, they're already ready
what
for
was
war.
it? A 21 AC, did you say?
21 AC, yeah.
Damn, brother.
America, Jesus.
Yeah.
They're gonna walk back. You're gonna have seen this little pink bitch just disappear into a crowd and then come back.
I like to imagine
God.
you're starting to look like Zarya from Overwatch.
Yes, please. Please. Yes.
So yeah, what would you guys like to do? The tavern was paid for you. You can stay the night there for a long rest and wait for Peth to arrive back in the morning. You can meet up and talk about everything you've done in the meantime. Rudy is still camping out in the field for the night and would like to be left alone. Grug is technically still there, but is making his way back. So I think Grug is the only one we're not caught up on, actually. So Grug.
Grug was going to the town to find anything that might have Speak with Dead.
Okay, so
whether it's like a locket or a potion or just a one-time spell tome or
of course. Are you arriving right after the conversation with Rudy, right? You're just trudging on through the slums and straight into...
Yeah.
Okay, that's like a 2-minute journey, so you've got a bit of time before stores close. You have minutes of time to get around these stores.
I'm assuming there can be passers-by, right?
Yeah, everyone's sort of heading back to their homes and that sort of thing. Most of them heading uphill away from you, though. There's maybe a few heading towards the slums.
Do I see would Grug see any signs on the doors of the shops that would suggest they might do something like that?
Nothing that sticks out to you, but there is one store specifically that has a skull in the logo, which catches your eye.
I'm gonna go to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Skull mean dead. Dead mean talk to.
Yes. I figured that would be your logic there. As you walk in, you are greeted by a robed figure. The robe is a black and red mix. It's like black robe with the red lining on it. You know, it looks very like dark monk, that sort of thing. And they greet you with a cold embrace. They reach out their hand and they shake your hand, even if you don't raise it to them. And they, welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
I need to speak to the dead.
Okay. How do you intend on doing that? We've got potions that make people dead. We've got let me think. He's gonna scurry around the shop, like picking up vials, reading them out, like strength, no. Revive. No. That makes them not dead. And he's gonna throw it, and it's gonna break.
Can I not try and catch it? A revive potion might be fucking helpful.
You can try. Roll acrobatics.
You sure that wouldn't be more athletic?
Oh, athletics, yeah, I got the A's mixed up. Go on.
Thank you.
It made more sense because acrobatics would be dexterity, athletics is strength.
Okay, but, I am really sorry. I'm going to have to screen share this. Another nat 20.
Oh my god.
I'm not even fucking with you.
Rogue has spider senses, bro.
Fucking nat 20, 28, goddamn.
I had a +8, that's why I was like, you sure it's not athletics?
That's insane.
Sheesh. So, as this potion is sort of flying out of the hand, it bounces off the shelf that he was trying to throw it down onto.
Yeah. And
it bounces directly into your hand as if by fate, and he doesn't even notice that it's gone there. Like it's just in your hand ready, it's still sealed. You can't read the label, but you assume it does mean what he said. You can bring one person back from the dead. I will not share the exact details with you, as in character as Grug, you would not know them.
Okay. I'm just gonna sort of like put it in like my pocket without him noticing.
As you rolled a nat 20, I'm not gonna make you do sleight of hand or anything like that. It's yours.
Okay, cool.
Okay, as he's still just looking through these things, he's speak with dead. And he's gonna lift it up directly in your face. It is like half an inch away from your eyes. Like the glass is almost piercing your eyeball. This one?
Yes.
2 gold.
How much? Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go.
Do you have 2 gold with you?
You said we start with 10, right?
Yes.
I don't think I've bought anything.
You have bought the bag of sleep that Bonk and Taciturn.
How much was that?
I think it was 5. So you should have 5 gold. Okay, so you're left with 3.
Cool, I'm fine with that.
Right, you have a Speak with Dead potion, and you have a potion of Revive.
Oh. 8 success for Grug.
Yes, yes. He's gonna... The shopkeeper is just gonna sort of like... Anything else?
What else you got?
Lots. And he's just gonna point at the shelves, which are lined. Probably about 7 foot tall and 12 foot wide, brimming with all different colored potions and all sorts of crazy things that you don't contemplate what they even do.
What's the funniest thing you have?
Funny how? Funny haha? Or funny weird?
Funny haha.
He thinks for a moment.
And funny weird.
One crooked finger sort of stroking his chin, tapping away. Funny. This one. And he just picks up a potion of healing.
That doesn't seem very funny.
It's funny when you don't die. And he's just going to put it in your hand and carry in the nat 20. He's literally just so excited to sell this one potion to you that he's giving you this one for free as well. You have a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to run off this nat 20. Like, I don't feel like you've earned enough for it yet. I'm rewarding you. Behave. Don't doubt it. Yeah, he's sort of still thinking about things as well. He's like, funny, weird. Picks up one vial, one very fancy looking vial. It's got 2 small handles on the sides. Way too small for Grug's fingers to fit through. And he's going to say, this one, you die.
Oh.
And it's literally just a black, thick liquid inside that you can only assume is like tar or poison or something like that. It's literally just a vial of poison.
Okay.
But it's in a really fancy thing, so Grug's going to be interested.
I like it.
Okay. Would you like to purchase this thing?
How much?
He looks at the potion, realizes there's a price tag on it, and completely ignores it and says, 2.
Yes, take it.
He's going to just shove it into your hands, and then he's going to hold out his hands for the money.
I'm going to give him the money.
Thank you. Good business.
What's your name?
You son of a bitch. Bart.
Hi, Bart. I'm Grug.
Hi, Grug.
Are we friends now?
Yeah.
I give him a hug.
Why'd you be all the excited people? He is terrified of the fact that you're hugging him, though. He thinks you're trying to kill him. And he's just sort of wide-eyed, like, ugh.
Thank you, Bart. You've really helped me today. Bye.
Okay, bye. And he's going to close the door after you and lock it. He actually lives in the store. He's staying in there.
I give him a wave as I walk past.
He waves out, yeah. Sort of skinny, long fingers, just spider legs through the air.
And he's really happy with himself right now.
You do notice as you walk out of the store and he's locking the door that is the final store in this strip to actually close as well. You see Drewathy off to the side, just leaving the armory that they were in, and
looking completely fabulous, might I add.
New armor, new shield. You see the hilts of the daggers that are slightly different to the ones before. What would the two of you like to do?
I might stay back from Drewathy. I'm going to go stealth mode again.
Roll stealth.
What Drewathy?
Oh, fuck off! Fuck off!
Did you just roll a nat 20?
Yeah.
No, you're lying.
Son of a bitch.
I don't like this game.
Just Batman. He is just Batman.
You are actually Batman. Okay. You win. You win. The campaign's over. You won. The big bad just died for no fucking reason. Fuck you. No. So, unbeknownst to Grug, no matter, well, how do you want to go about this? How are you going to stealth your way through? I'll let you word this yourself.
Really, so I kind of really want to be Batman and just go onto the roofs now.
You got to climb up the roof, are you?
I am the vengeance. I protect this.
Oh, can you close your stream for the video as well?
Oh yeah, sorry. I just
thank you,
because that's like that's ridiculous. I don't know how it's.
Yeah, I fucking cursed, man. Right, so you want to climb the roofs and you want to go full Batman?
No, because that's a bit too
silly.
Much, I don't think Grug would. Yeah, Grug's not like.
These streets are basically empty. It is literally you, Drow, and then the people behind you heading uphill, and the people behind Drow heading down to the slums.
Okay, I'd sort of just want to try and stick to the shadows, not going to the roofs, but...
The whole area is practically pitch black. All the torches are going off, so the two of you are just using dark vision to see right now. So everything is grey to you.
Okay.
Drow is just chilling and walking still.
Yeah, I'm happy to just stay hidden and not making a sound so she doesn't hear me.
Okay, so unbeknownst to Grug, there is actually a charm on the vial of poison that Bart had just sold to you. A charm that turns you invisible whenever you're holding it, and it is still in your hand. Your footsteps are also silent, and if you speak, no one can hear you. This is now an item that you just are in possession of. You're just unaware of the fact that this is happening. You just think you're being really stealthy and that no one can see you because you're so good at it. But yeah, as you make your way through, there is like one or two people that were between you that sort of stumble past you, like wondering what they've just walked into, and then sort of just assuming they were tired and wandering away. You make your way all the way up to Drow, and they do not notice anything. It's almost like you don't exist.
What? Who's Grog? I thought we had a team.
Also, Drow wouldn't have known Grug was there either to start with.
Yeah,
So
no,
Drow is
Drell's
just
chilling.
wandering
Drell's
back
walking,
towards the tavern at this point, I assume, yeah.
Probably just looking at, like, really closely at the daggers, like, oh my god.
Just inspecting the green emeralds.
The green.
Yeah. The green.
Because Grug is just so happy with himself for actually getting what he wanted, he's just going to be walking next to Drouthy, not even realizing she doesn't know he's there.
Just like with a bit of like a hop and a skip to his walks. It's really cheerful. Aw.
Yeah.
like Robin Hood and Little John in the animated one. Yeah, that's how you are currently walking, only you are fully invisible.
Yeah.
And inaudible. Yes.
Yeah.
So the two of you head back to the tavern then, I assume.
Well, when she gets to the tavern, that's when I would divert off towards Rudy.
Okay. Yep.
The Grog just walked me back without me actually knowing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Invisible Man.
Okay.
Right, so Dre, you re-entered the tavern and you see Emrys still contemplating everything he has been told and just mulling over everything, all the information he's been fed. You see there's still a few people drinking, but most of them have sort of slumped off back to their tents now in the slums. The bartender is the same person and just sort of gives you a knowing nod as you walk in. They have a drink ready for you and they point at the steps leading to the bartender's left side, so your right side. Say the room's that way whenever you're ready.
Thank you. And they're gonna take the drink and go over to, which is probably a little bit out of character for Drouthy from the fact that they just don't really socialize with the people that they're with. But they are gonna sit down and be like, "Hey, you okay?"
Yeah, so Dro, noticing that it's been kind of a big day for both Rudy and Emrys, is going to have both of them in their thoughts, and you're sort of just checking in to make sure Emrys is okay then. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just, he's not unresponsive, but he's still got that
stunned still, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't usually respond in too much detail anyway. Still got that familiar, sheltered kind of vibe, but yeah, he's nodding, letting you know that he's okay. Still trying to contemplate how to share what he's been told to the group.
Yeah, while Emrys is like greeting Drow and reassuring that he's okay, you do notice the new armor and the daggers in hand.
Yeah.
I was just tipped out right now.
He just pinches his brows like, what did you steal this time? Did you pay for that?
You might look at me and think that I've just robbed a bank. No, I paid for this and this. And they're not going to even mention the daggers, just like paid for the armor plate and the shield. They're showing off the shield, like, look at this. Have you seen my chest plate? It's got a dragon on it. It's got a dragon.
He's infatuated with it, yeah. He's like, eyes right on the gold dragon.
It's a gold dragon. You guess how much I got this for? 150 gold. That was it.
150.
That was it.
He almost looks offended when you say that.
I know, right?
150 gold.
Absolute steal, but I didn't steal it. I didn't steal it.
Steal.
I didn't do it. It was not me. If they come looking for me, I actually didn't steal that this time. And then the shield as well. 10 gold. And they just like slam it on the table. It's like 10 for this.
Making a scene.
And this massive fucking shield just gets slammed onto the table. It's like this.
I think he's thankful of this. It's like this is a very pleasant distraction from what he's thinking of right now. He's very much into this right now.
Your hour is way too much for this time of night.
Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is, right?
I was like, don't care. I have alcohol and a new shield. What more can I ask for? And I didn't steal them. They're just going to completely just disregard the fact that they have new daggers as well.
You know what? I'm proud of you, brother. That is growth. You paid for it.
I know.
That is growth.
I paid for things.
Didn't
told
steal a
Growth
single
tonight.
item today.
And they're gonna like straight away just like kind of side eye the pouch of gold that they got.
Hey, okay, he's gonna. Does he see the side?
It wasn't very obvious. They were just like, "Oh, you got more money. What did
He's
you
just
steal
gonna
from?"
kind of drag it in towards his chest, like, yeah, it was a gift from Pef.
I'm not gonna steal it. I'm better now.
I'm better now.
Rehabilitated.
I'm changed.
I've had my character arc. No more stealing from this girly pop.
I'm proud.
Out of character, didn't you steal daggers?
Yeah,
Yep.
But Emmerich doesn't know that. Yeah.
but they've just glossed over the fact they have new daggers. They were just like chest plate, shield, big things, shiny. Wow, look at this.
Emrys pulls
Oh,
out like a booklet that says days since Jalfia stolen and puts it back onto back onto one.
all the pages, for fuck's sake.
From like 600.
What are you on about? Stealing? Me? What? But yeah. They're just
Did you
gonna,
manage
while they're
to-
doing that, just like start downing their drink.
Yes.
Did you manage to find Grug?
Who? Oh, right.
That
That guy. I'm pretty sure I saw him with Rudy, and they were singing a song, and they were having such a good time.
Just to clarify, you would not have seen that.
Yeah, I know. I said they were singing a song and having a good time.
Yeah.
They didn't see shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're safe. I'm glad. Grug will keep him
Yeah.
safe.
Just to clarify, this is in character, by the way. Just to clarify, they weren't singing and dancing. They were pretty sad.
Oh, I'm not as glad.
They're probably fine though, right?
Rudy seemed shaken. That's for sure.
Yeah, but so do you. So it's like a
Doesn't like that a
breakup.
little bit. He kind of pulls away a little bit to the. I'm fine. I've told you I'm fine.
It's like a breakup, you know. Grog's helping one side, I'm helping the other. It's fine. You two will get back together in a matter of 24 hours. You don't know what he's missing right now.
How would you react if I told you that we needed to go to hell?
They're just gonna slam on their chest plate, like, bring it on.
Let's go, bitches.
Hoorah.
You think, you think that's gonna scare me? I'm from hell, bitch. You don't know what the underdog has been like to me. No, I am hell. Have you seen this? Have you seen the shield?
It's been a long time, but Emrys is he's laughing. He is laughing at us. This is a good
really
day.
good time with Emery's and just like, you seen the shield? You seen this chest plate? It's got a dragon on it.
He's just eating it up, yeah. He's just enjoying it, the moment for what it is right now.
You know what? Hell needs to fit us, okay? You're a dragon. You got dragon all over you. I got dragon on my chest plate. We're fine.
You know what? Yeah. We're fine. We've got this.
Why are we going to hell?
Oh god. Where do I even begin? Okay. Long story short, Uncle, big bad. Lots of dwarves. Dwarves? Orcs. Sorry, I get them mixed up all the time. These new races are different. It's complicated.
It's okay.
It's the reason I hated Grug. But Pef, he's alerted me that my uncle is very much so still out there, and he's raising a very big force of orcs and loyal dragonborn, and we kind of need to go to hell to fight them and gain the help of devils. The way he's saying this is like even he doesn't believe it. Even he thinks it sounds like bullshit.
Has Emrys been drinking the ale, by the way?
I will say, you know what? Even though he doesn't drink, I think he is drinking the ale.
Yeah, just like while he's been processing this, he's not even thinking about what he's drinking now.
He doesn't even he's got a bit of a slur to him.
Yeah, so you're just like drunkenly, just like, what the fuck?
Ranting.
Like as you're explaining,
ranting.
yeah.
Yeah. And then we gotta go to fucking hell. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry to swear, but that is a nice breastplate.
Or what was that?
But that is a nice breastplate you have.
I'm glad you agree, because I'm never taking this off until I get a better dragon one. And I don't think that's very possible. 150 gold for this. And Drell's gonna be like, you think we'll get a 10 in hell? Or do you think it's too hot for a 10? We gonna burn.
I don't even know if I can 10.
Do you think you'll get darker red scales? That'd be really cool. Drow is kind of out of it since they're drinking. They don't normally drink, by the way. This is tipsy Drow.
Honestly, I'm just letting this play out because it's just fun to see you guys actually explore the character of it. As you were, yeah.
Drow, other side was just being high on the fact that they got something that they really wanted. And it worked out perfectly. And they got everything they wanted. But then now that they're drinking and also very excited, they're like, hell seems like a really cool place. Did you know Satan's from hell? You know that red guy with the horns? Not tieflings.
You mean Nifrali? She's back on the ship.
Yeah, that one too. Do you think she's from hell? Is that racist?
Oh god.
Drell's just like absolutely spiraling.
We're just
I'm being racist. Do I need to apologize?
While thinking about this, Emrys does remember that Peth is actually meeting someone from hell, and he did describe them as being a tiefling.
I feel like that's something he'd also want to tell. Even if doesn't really make much sense, he would want to tell Nifrali that. So maybe if we ever get a chance to return back and tell Nifrali that we're meeting another
relative to the current subject, he did also say he was going to bring them in the morning.
He did, yeah.
Oh shit.
I'll relay that then. That we plan to meet the contacts of Peth.
I just imagine it being still like on the same line of like how you were just talking to each other, where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we get to meet one tomorrow.
He wants us to. Apparently, we're meeting a Hellborn. He knows one. I don't know.
Is that racist? Should we not be saying that?
Oh god. Should we be saying that? Is anyone looking at us
like
in the
really
bar?
The bartender is watching the two of you and sort of leaning over, listening in the whole time. And he's just sort of like, he's as amazed as you are. He's there drinking as well. Like, he's essentially stopped serving new customers for the night. He's just keeping you guys in check, making sure you're good. So he's kind of just like part of the conversation, but not actually saying anything.
Yeah.
I think we're also buying, because Emrys has never had this much gold. He is buying just too much ale. He doesn't need that many.
Peth already gave you the 200.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to buy it. Yeah, then he is taking full advantage of that. Yeah.
Yeah, the 200 gold was meant to pay for any drinks you have while you're still there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Drow's gonna be like, who's paying? Who bought me a drink? Who gave me this?
Honestly, Peth paid. It's on the house. Yeah, I fair say we take full advantage of this.
This ale is really shit. Is there anything better?
Honestly, it's horrible. That's
really bad.
The bartender overhearing this is gonna slam down his drink. What?
I was gonna turn like really slowly. This motherfucker's tipsy and he's not taking anyone's shit. Okay, I'm gonna turn around really slowly and just squint at them and be like, the ale, right? You with me? The ale is really shit, and like really sounding it out.
He's sort of
This
like
is like an awkward
swaying.
dog.
You can tell he's been drinking for a while, and he's just sort of, well, why didn't you just say? And he grabs a barrel from the side of him, lifts it up, slams it onto the bar, and says, Peth bought this for you.
And you served us the shit stuff?
That's
Oh,
what you
that's him.
ordered.
I didn't ask. I came in, you put a drink down.
That's
I
what,
didn't even know you could order different drinks from a tap.
that's what you guys were drinking. I just gave you what everyone else was having. That's what you were drinking when you came in. Peth ordered the whole tavern drinks.
Right.
And he's gonna
Oh
get
my
like
God.
three fresh mugs out, and he's gonna just, I'm having one too, by the way.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna go up to the bar and be like, I need to apologize. I'm sorry for calling it shit. It's not that bad.
he just sort of like throws his hand out like, don't mention it. And he's just gonna pour these 3 drinks from the barrel. He is surprisingly strong, by the way. He is lifting this barrel with ease, even though he's quite a slim fella.
Whoa.
Joe's probably on the floor like, you can lift, bro? No, I'm joking.
Also,
Put
this
it
guy
off
is roughly the same height as Dre.
Oh my god, we can be besties.
Yeah, he's probably about 5'5", 5'6", around there. So he's gonna pour
What the
these.
hell?
He's gonna like push the 2. Do you want to go to hell? He's gonna push the 2 to you and go, I'm
We are
not
literally
going
the
to
same
hell.
height.
And then he's gonna take a big swig of this wine that he's just poured.
So what is this stuff?
This is wine.
Like what wine?
Wine.
Wine.
Wine? Okay.
He's just like nodding, big smile on his face, just wine.
Wine.
Never had wine.
Yeah.
It's good.
I was gonna have some as well and like taste test it and be like,
Right. As you take a drink of it, the aroma fills your senses with like a warm sort of like campfire feeling, the same sort of warmth you get from sitting with friends, and it makes you feel almost nostalgic. As Drow, you may have had this wine in the Underdark, as it is made by Drows.
Yeah, they would have had it because they were in the Underdark until they were like 22.
Yeah, so you were drinking before you left there, that sort of thing, yeah. Whereas Emrys, it feels more or less normal to you. It's warm, but because of the nature of your biology, you don't really get the heat of it. It's just like, almost like being hugged. It's just a pleasant feeling that it gives you. And that's just the smell. As you sip at it, and the first bit sort of trickles in your mouth, the flavor explosion is literally just everything you ever wanted from a drink. You almost feel like you've just eaten an entire meal, like you just sat chilling with your homies, you know? It's a very comfortable feeling it brings with it. And Drow, you realize instantly that this is actually blessed wine from where you were actually from in the Underdark. This is wine that is meant for returning soldiers from battles, to make them feel more at ease with themselves, to sort of like shed the grief of them a bit.
Yeah, they're from Menzo Baranzan. It's
Gotcha.
a really long name, but yeah.
Yep.
I think that was in the original backstory.
Yeah, I do remember now, yeah.
Yeah. I just remember really long names, and I just looked, and yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I will refer to it as Menzo for short.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just so everyone recognizes it and it's easy to remember.
If I don't recognize it, it's because I'm stupid. So
Understandable.
just be like, where you're from.
Yeah. So you recognize it instantly. It even says on the side of the barrel Menzo written in the language of your people, which would be just. Would it be Drow as a language, or would it be just Elven?
I think it is Drow.
Okay. So yeah, you recognize it instantly as well. It's, you know, you're sort of taking it in.
Elvish.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've got a language on here that says Drowish.
Yeah. I don't think Drow would be a language because it's just like a essentially a species of elves, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
deep speech maybe, or is that not? No, I don't think it is. Okay, just elvish.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sounds good.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
can talk a language called Blink Dog. Sorry. What the fuck?
I think that's one of the add-on ones that you can get.
Wait, would Undercommon be the Underdark's language?
I think Undercommon would be like Underdark gnomes, elves, and other things. It would be like the general sort of like sort of like the way Star Wars does it with like Galactic Basic being English. It's like a universal version of Underdark language. But yeah, this barrel you recognize as having drank it with some of the people that you would have known from home.
Mm-hmm.
And it floods in just the nicer, more peaceful memories of back home.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yes. Ooh.
Drow's gonna tap the side and be like, "Oh my god, yeah, that's my childhood right there." Even though they didn't drink it when they were a child.
Yeah, the bartender at the word childhood is just gonna be like, okay.
Alcoholic children. Right. That's what the Underdark's all about, baby.
Ain't no party like an Underdog party.
Exactly. All the kids are drunk, passed down. Yeah, they're just gonna be like, "That's where I'm from," and even if they can't understand it, just be like, "Menzo." Menzo.
Yeah, the bartender is gonna like look at the barrel and just sort of, that's what it says. That didn't tell me.
It says Menzo Berenzon. That's my city.
My
stomping ground.
Amazing.
We make good shit over there.
Is this the first time Emrys has heard this, that she's from, or they're from a...
Likely, yes, because Drow does not often open up to people about their background or their origin or anything like that.
I don't think Drow said anything but their name to like literally any of the party yet.
This is like the first he's learned about anything, yeah.
I don't think anyone in the party even knows Drow's real name.
True.
It's Drow.
Also, like, Emrys might be too drunk.
It's Drow.
It's Drow.
Drow, second name Iffy.
Yeah, the bartender's just going to show like a lot of interest, like, oh, this stuff is wonderful. Like, if it comes from where you come from, then it must be a grand place. I'd love to hear more about it sometime.
A lot of nobles down there, a lot of nobles. Some are noble pricks, but you get that anywhere.
Yeah, he sort of nods, looks off to the side, like, yeah, we have our fill of those.
Yeah, I suppose it's wherever you come from. I would say, I know this is just kind of weird to put in now. I think Drow's got a bit of an accent then, because if they come online, if I Google it, it says there is High Drow and stuff like that languages.
Mm-hmm.
But being a member of a house, sorry, spoilers.
Yep.
There'd be.
I know what you mean. You don't have to say specifics. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
They'd be noble. So.
You could go with similar to what Rudy did, where you mask it while you're around people, and then speak sort of in your normal accent when you're alone or when you think people can't hear you, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they don't talk much / do much in like. They don't really express. They're not very expressive anyway.
Mm-hmm. Very like neutral accent.
If Emery
would make sense.
Like crying now, Drow, I don't know what to do.
He's doing that like when you eat good food, you just kind of slump back and just like exhale.
Yeah, he's just like
like
to himself.
It's sort of the drink has sort of relaxed you. It's put you at ease. Yeah. Like everything that you were contemplating sort of just seems so much simpler now. Like you're just like, yeah, why not go to hell? You know, what's the worst that could happen?
You can befriend the devil.
I'm gonna look like bubblegum. That's what happens when you put Drow in heat. Just turns into a wad of bubblegum.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just drinking and chilling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So the three of you, Emrys, Strow, and the bartender, are all just sort of talking about, how the Underdark is, and sort of mulling over the fact that you're going to hell, but in more of like a light-hearted way now. Like you just don't see the importance to it. It's just a thing you're gonna do at this rate.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we're gonna return to Grug, who is invisibly making his way to Rudy. Unless, oh, I was gonna say unless you've fallen asleep.
No, well, I'm still here.
Okay.
Just listening. So yeah, I imagine I'd just make my way back to Rudy, and I'd start talking. Obviously, he'd be unable to hear.
Yeah. So as you reach Rudy, you as you're getting closer to him, you realize he's actually led down in his bedroll, adjacent to the grave of his mother, and just off to the side, still pegged into the ground via the lead and the wooden spike, is Lawsuit, also led down with what appears to be Rudy's backpack cut open and spread across Lawsuit like a blanket. And they are all sound asleep.
Oh. Greg would probably not want to wake him up. He's had a busy day, so he'd probably just maybe lie down on the ground next to him.
Yep. There is space for him to do that. There is a campfire just sort of north away from the slums that is giving a bit of light and a bit of warmth as well.
Okay. I'd probably just lie down next to him, or maybe I'd sit and stay guard.
Yeah, keep an eye out, watching the outskirts of the slums and that sort of thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to wake him.
Mm-hmm.
Look, guys, all tuckered out.
Yeah. The only thing Grug notices is it is now actually so quiet that you can hear just inaudible noise coming from the tavern, which is a good 30 to 40 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can still hear Drow's voice, Emrys sort of talking amongst that as well, and the bartender all having their conversation, but you can't make out any words. The night sky is very peaceful. It's just a very calm night.
What a beautiful place.
Even if anyone was awake, they wouldn't hear you say that.
I know. I'm still holding on to that potion for the time being.
Yep.
He probably wouldn't put it away until he went to sleep.
Yeah, he's just holding all, was it 3 of the potions that you just got?
He put the revive, he hid that away before that even happened.
Okay, so that'll be in your bag then.
The greater healing, the greater healing, Speak to Dead, and the poison he's probably still holding.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Greg would just sit there and wait.
Yep. Okay.
Staying guard.
You guys already took a long rest and you haven't used any abilities except for, I don't know if Detect Magic would take up a slot.
Yeah, it was one
Potential.
slot.
Okay. That will recharge. You get a free long rest from staying at the tavern / in the field. They're both peaceful places, and that'll be it for today's session.
Oh, that was fun, man.
That was really cool.
I wanted to really get into the dialogue and story of this one. I want to open up more, so it was a lot of no combat, just story time.
No, I like this a lot. I like being